Welcome to 10 Forward. Please have a seat. Madam Guinan will be with you shortly to take your order. We hope you enjoy tonight's show. Peace and long life to everyone. I guess it would help if I unmute myself. Sitting there talking for like all of 30 seconds and realizing I'm muted. So, go figure. So, what else is new? Anyway, good morning, everyone. It is Saturday. This is NB Geeks 10 Forward Saturday morning special. Seeing how everybody survived both Thanksgiving and, of course, Black Friday hangover. Curious, did anybody go out? Anybody finding good deals? Did everybody stay home, shop online? You waiting for Cyber Monday? Curious to what everybody's thinking they've done. Please leave some comments. Let me know. Other than that, I'll be honest, I did not go out Black Friday at all. I barely survived the day before Thanksgiving. Made the worst mistake of my life about going out and deciding I'm going to go get a haircut on a freaking day before Thanksgiving. Yeah, that was a real good idea. I had to wait about an hour to get to my haircut with my barber. So that's what I get for not thinking ahead. Not much else going on other than that. And I had to go to like after getting my haircut, I had to go to like three, four different places, and traffic was an absolute nightmare. I guess everybody's trying to get their last minute turkey stuff, and I was just like, what the hell was I thinking? I was like, why did I pick today of all days to go out? So I can imagine Black Friday being worse, and I've been out on a few of those, and trust me, I don't like them at all. So definitely not something I want to do, I enjoy doing at all. Probably because at this point, there's really not much out there I'm that interested in for Christmas shopping. I'm pretty simple on what I want, pretty simple on what I have. My kids are all pretty much grown up in the sense that they're out of the little toy phase. So, although next Christmas I will be buying toys for my grandkid when he or she is born in June. So, it'll be about July, August, September, October, November, December. Be a little over 6 months old. So, I have to start buying some baby stuff come next year. But I'm not gonna lie, I am actually looking forward to that. Hmm. I don't really have a whole lot else to add to that. I was hoping maybe somebody'd show up, but maybe they will. We'll see. If not, hey, we'll have some fun. Later on this afternoon, around 3 p.m., I'll be doing a Quarks Bar. Myself and Jack Beers, we are going to finish our part three and final on Quentin Tarantino. Next Sunday, we'll do another 10 forward. We're going to talk the last two episodes of Mandalorian. I'm actually looking forward to that. I rather enjoyed, especially this last episode. Hey, Yitzy, good morning, buddy. Yitzy, if you want to come in, the stream yard is right up there. Basically, this is talking about surviving your Black Friday. What'd you do Black Friday? Did you stay in? Did you go out? What kind of nightmare it was, if it was a nightmare? I was talking that I'm basically at the point now, you see, I don't really go out on Black Friday, never really have. But my kids are all at an age now where toys aren't really that big of a deal. They're more into their electronics. They want the PlayStation cards, the Apple cards. they're at a point now they really just want maybe one or two things, and then they want a couple of cards so they can buy their own stuff. Which hey, it's fine with me. Makes stressed out. Makes me less stressed out big time. What about you, Yitzi? Did you go out? Move my microphone a little bit. But yeah, thankfully at this point. All right, awesome, Yitzi. Always love having people to talk to. Yeah, you're fine, buddy. No worries. No worries at all. But yeah, Black Friday really isn't much of a thing, and for that matter, Cyber Monday really isn't that interesting. Unless, oh, maybe the place I buy my Star Trek Star Trek ships from is having a um. I guess they had a Black Friday sale, but I'm more interested in seeing if they have a Cyber Monday because that would be nice. That's closer to payday. That's the other thing too. I'm kind of broke this payday. Unfortunately, kind of went over my budget amount. Didn't mean to, but it happens. So I'm sure we all got plenty of turkey left over. If you celebrated Thanksgiving, I always wonder what some people choose different that's unusual from others. Like I know one family, their tradition is, hello, Yitzi, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine.
Good morning to you. Or afternoon. I don't know what time it is where you're at.
It's 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Okay. So here it is almost 7. I'm good with my coffee. So I'm assuming you guys don't celebrate Thanksgiving like we do. I doubt you even
Uh,
have that. I don't think you have that holiday.
yeah, we. It's not a holiday. We've been copying it. So
Mm,
for the past few years, we have Black Friday sales on websites and stores,
mm.
but it's not really a holiday like you have.
Did you, so you guys have your own kind of Black Friday? Did you go out?
No, well, we just copy you. Like Halloween has been copied as well for the
Okay.
past half decade, I think, and Black Friday is new. Because we have something called the Solden, which
Okay.
is set periods in a year where stores are allowed to reduce their prices. But you cannot reduce your price to such amount in the other times of year. And I think the stores just decided let's take the American idea of Black Friday so we can have another sale period.
Okay.
And no,
That's
I didn't go out because I don't like going out.
that's
So
understandable.
I did everything on the internet.
I think over the last decade, that's become more and more the way people are going. I mean, and I understand why.
Hmm.
Because, I mean, I can imagine right now if I go on YouTube, I'll probably see some crazy ass Black Friday videos from like Walmart or Target, people just slamming through to get stuff. And I'm like, there's no way you're getting me into that crazy stuff. I'm like, there's nothing I want that bad that I want to get damn near trampled.
Yeah. Well, we don't have that stampede.
I don't know why we have them here. I really don't. But nowadays, even shoot, Black Friday's gotten even worse. It's in America now. They've actually extended like they'll start it as early as Thursday on Thanksgiving someplace as well.
Mhm.
And I don't understand why. I made a bad enough. I didn't go out Black Friday. I made a horrible mistake of going out Wednesday, the day before, to go get a haircut. not thinking in the back of my head, everybody else is getting a haircut the day before Thanksgiving. And
Yeah.
then damn near got into three accidents because I had to go to three other stores and traffic was just bumper to bumper all over the damn place. It's like, damn, man, did everybody not go out and get a turkey in time? I was, I'm just glad I live in a small sized town and not a big town.
Mhm.
So I lived in a big town, man. If I'd have been in St. Louis, closer to where I am from home, closer to that part of my home, oh man, that would have been a nightmare.
Well,
Especially the mall.
usually when I shop online because I cannot find the stuff I want in the normal stores. So I just go online. It's easier. You don't have to get out. You don't have to face all the crowds and have the potential disappointment of not having the item you wanted. So
Yeah.
I told, I don't know where I told it, but I had this little problem for Saint Nicholas.
Mm-hmm.
So I ordered from Amazon, the German Amazon, in the beginning of November, and it should be arriving. But apparently the package was destroyed or something. I don't know. So it was sent back, which was quite problematic because Saint Nicholas is on the 6th of December.
Okay.
He's the OG Santa Claus.
Okay.
So it's the same principle but different characters and a different story.
Hmm.
Um, so I was trying to get to a store in the neighborhood here, but they didn't have anything that the kids wanted, so that wasn't an option. So
Ah,
luckily, I reordered stuff on Amazon, and they gave me a free what's it called, Prime?
free Prime delivery.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it should be arriving the day before Saint Nicholas, but it
Okay.
arrived yesterday already. So the holiday is saved,
I
and
had to.
yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's just these stores don't have the stuff I want.
Really.
Or it's out of stock, or I have to drive to another city, which for you people in America is not a big deal, I think. Over here, when you have to drive an hour to get somewhere to a store, it's a big deal. It's too
Well,
much.
oh, I can kind of understand that. When I go to, I like to buy I buy my shirts at a Target. That's really the only place I like to buy my shirts from because our Walmarts really don't have a good selection that I like. So, but to get to a Target, I have to go about an hour. I
Hmm.
have to go from my town to Columbia, which is about an hour drive. And it's a pretty straight drive, but still it's 45 freaking minutes to an hour
Yeah,
depending on the construction that's going on, traffic, it's just it'll drive you nuts. And then if you got two kids, and then when I got my two kids with me and they're acting up, is like just makes the drive more mentally exhausting.
yeah.
But like anytime we go to Target, we make an event out of it, and we end up dropping like frickin' shit ton of money every time we go.
I remember that as a kid, we used to go to every once in a while. I think once a month we went to a big store.
Okay.
So normally we went to the store where my mom worked in a little city called Bree, like Bree from Lord of the Rings. But we went to the big store. It was uh, what's it called? Deux étages, two levels, two floors. to well, to reflect on it, it's kind of silly because it's a if I go to that store now, it's a small store too. But as a kid, going with my parents to watch the toys and all the electronics, that was quite quite a trip, quite an adventure.
Yeah, as a
And I
kid, I
often,
mean it. Yeah, I mean as a kid, going to a toy store is
yeah,
always a good experience when you're young. It's like I
I
remember when
often,
Now go ahead, Yitzy.
No, you were not finished yet.
I was gonna say, back in the day, uh, KB toy stores, Toys R Us, those were kind of like big deals for us kids to want to go to because they were just straight up the toy stores.
Yeah.
Uh, Unfortunately, when I got older, I found out one of the problems was they may be a big toy store, but their shit was expensive.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, most of them have gone the way of Blockbuster and are no longer in existence.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
yeah, I think a lot of it does have to do with the fact that there are a lot of us shopping online. I mean, it's kind of convenient. I agree with you. It is convenient because you can say, it's like, oh, okay, here's what I want. Okay, it'll be here in a couple days or
yeah.
a week, whatever. Versus driving somewhere and saying, God, I hope they have it. Now, the only thing I got to do today is I do got to go out. I'm going to pick up my wife's birthday present because her birthday's Monday.
Hmm. Is she around?
Yeah, she is. She's sleeping right now.
Okay.
She
Because on the
usually, yeah, she usually wakes up. I usually wake up sometime between like 5:30 and 6 in the morning. She usually wakes up around 7:38.
I'm what you would call a curious person, so I was wondering what you bought.
Oh, I'll put it in the. I'll put it in the.
Okay.
Uh, Let me go to comments. I'll put it in the private.
The one time I went to New York, I went to the toy store where the movie Big was filmed with the
Oh,
piano.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
the piano scene. Yeah, that was a great scene.
That was it wasn't quite as the experience I had as a kid, but that came close.
Well,
Visiting a toy store that big. They had the same toys we have here, of course, but
hmm,
it was special.
oh, yeah. A long time ago, I think I was still in the Marine Corps at the time of this. I went to the Star Trek experience when it was still around in, can't remember if it was in Reno, Nevada or Las Vegas. I don't remember which one of the two cities I was in, but I'm pretty sure it was Reno. But yeah, it was nice. The Star Trek experience was still going on. Everybody's all decked out in Star Trek costumes and everything. I'm down, after the little ride experience you do. I went down to Quark's. I went down to literally Quark's bar, and you got people decked out in frickin' Ferengi get up and everything. I mean, it looks so good. I half tempted to see Morn sitting at the bar, and no, I had some dinner and actually had a Romulan ale.
What did it taste like? Just regular beer
I
or
don't remember. It was it tasted like kind of like a blend between a beer and a fruity drink, as best I remember. God, it's been so damn long. But that was a kick-ass experience. I loved it. It's like one of those things I was very happy to get to do in my life because I don't believe the Star Trek experience is even. I think it got shut down some years ago,
yeah, it did.
and I just had a freaking blast that day going there to do that. See, I know what I want for Christmas. I just want to get me an Orville.
The ship, the big
Yeah,
one. Yeah,
yeah, the XL edition. Yeah, I want to definitely get me
that
a.
that's the one Gary has with the button for the noise.
I don't know if that's the one Gary has. Uh he might have it might be the same one. I'd have to check.
Yeah,
Uh Mine is the place I order from for my ships is Eagle Moss.
yeah.
Mm,
I've been
yeah,
trying to print my own stuff with the 3D printer I bought a year ago.
how's that going?
Not
That good,
very
huh?
good. No, I'm not a tinkerer. I keep having problems, and when there's a problem, I don't know how to solve it. Eventually, it works, but there's too much, tinkering. I can show you one of the things I made
Yeah, sure.
that's in reach.
Yeah, sure.
Share screen. No, not share screen. Okay. I've been painting it, of course.
I know who that is. Why am I
It's
drawing him?
Vampirella.
Thank you, Vampirella.
But as you can see,
Yeah,
her butt is a little jagged, and this stuff here.
yeah.
I can clean it up, but I've not been able to make nice prints out of it. The best one. Let me fetch it. Of course, I drop it.
Godzilla.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's a nice print. This one didn't have any problems, so you don't see any jaggedness.
Oh, how long did that take to print?
I never go over 12 hours, so I think 8 this one. And then you have the
A
little
Slimer.
Slimer.
That actually looks good.
Yeah, I've been painting his butt.
Yeah,
This one
gotta have
was
his.
good, except the teeth. If you see the teeth, they have little jaggedness, and I'm too afraid to touch it
Yeah,
because if it breaks off, then it's fucked. This one worked well,
Pikachu.
and finally,
Howard the Duck.
yeah, and you can see the same problem here.
The little jaggedness going on.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's lying like this, and it starts printing.
Oh,
I've been apparently my son is 8, and in school they're getting chess classes, or they're playing chess. I don't know. My ex-wife reprimanded the chessboards she had, so I gave them back.
okay.
And I've been printing Minecraft chess.
Minecraft.
Yeah,
Nice.
wait, I'll show you.
Sure. Huh, that'll be interesting. It's one of my daughter's favorite games. My son got the new Legend of Zelda, the new one, Hyrule, and he beat all the main missions in 3 days.
Yeah,
He just tore through that game like it was nothing. I couldn't believe it. Now he's on to side missions. Oh, nice.
that's the cow.
Do
So
you
I've
have to
been
pay for the? Do you have to pay for the prints?
uh, no, I don't. I always find stuff that's free
Okay.
because I need my money for other stuff. So you just buy the filament, um, and the files are on Thingiverse. So I scrounged together several pieces and resized them so they would fit. Um,
Hmm.
so you have the Wither, the Enderman, and then you go on.
Mm-hmm.
And these little blobs, the 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 the, the gray blob, no green blobs,
Mm-hmm.
are the pawns. And then I decided to make the other side the good ones with the cow and the sheep and the dog. And we just need to paint them. That's the pig.
It looked nice, man. Looks like good
Yeah,
stuff.
it could be better
It's not a bad hobby to have, though.
if it goes well. Yeah,
Mm.
I had this print I was running while I was sleeping, and of course, I I think the second I went to sleep, stuff went wrong. So I ended up waking up to a ball this big of solid plastic glued to the nozzle where the plastic comes out. So it was one big ball and it was completely screwed up. My build plate was crooked.
Oh
And I was
man.
like, oh no. Because if that breaks, everything breaks. So I
Ugh.
heated it up to 260 and it became, well, liquid again a little bit. And I was able to remove most of it and it still works. So
Well, at least you had that.
yeah,
So you said you have a son. He's 8.
I have a son is 8, a daughter who is 5, and then I have two other who are 18 and 16.
I have so you have 4. I have 3. My daughter turned 20 last Monday,
Mm,
and then I have my 13-year-old son and my 10-year-old daughter. And then come June, will everything goes well. Come the beginning of June, I'll be a grandparent.
yeah, congrats, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm
Do you
excited.
know do you know the gender already?
Not yet. We do know the due date. We do know
Yeah,
the around the due date. It's going to be the her due date is projected June 4th, so about that first week of June.
so far.
So I think her next time she goes in for an ultrasound, the next time or the time after that, she should get the gender reveal, and she does want to know.
Yeah.
She's not waiting. The only issue we're doing right now is the only issue she's dealing with right now is how to tell her bio mom because
Uh,
her bio mom still doesn't know.
oh yeah.
And I suggested to her, I was like, "Yeah, I know you want to post stuff about the baby and everything." So I said the smart thing to do is either A, call her, or B, go see her in person in public with somebody else from the family. Because my
Mm,
ex-wife is a nuthead. And I don't mean that in an insulting way. I mean, I'm straight up serious.
I know the feeling.
She is crazy. She's one of those people, she's one of those Starbucks videos.
Like the Karen ones.
The crazy ones, those
Yeah.
crazy videos you see. Yeah. I actually craziest damn thing. My wife was she watched that I think it was on Facebook. She watches that thing VT. It's a channel called VT. I guess they do those videos and stuff. And my wife just came across it and she was like, "I think this is your ex-wife." And I look at it and I'm granted I haven't seen my ex-wife in probably 10, 12 years at this point. So I was looking at her and she looks terrible now compared to back then. And as soon as I heard her voice, I started hearing her voice and her just start ranting and going crazy and blowing up. I was like, holy shit, that is her.
Uh,
I was just like,
I guess you don't want to share the video.
I did share the video. That's the
Ah,
thing.
okay.
Oh, I did share the video. It was I put it on my Facebook. Uh, and I got a lot of flack from some people on her side of the family. And they were like, why did you tell your daughter about this? I'm like, and I told my daughter before she found out it was on Facebook. And uh, people were giving me shit about it. They're like, "Why'd you do that?" I'm like, "I didn't do the video. I didn't post the video. I'm just
Mhm.
sharing the damn thing." So she went batshit. My ex went batshit crazy and actually threw a fit with YouTube and actually got the link removed.
Yeah,
Thing is, I downloaded it prior to that.
of course.
I know how this works. I'm an IT guy. I know how the games are played.
Yeah, ex-wives. Don't get me started.
Well, thankfully I only had one, but I did spend 11 years with her, so
Mm,
I was with her from the time I was 15, well, technically 10 years, because I was separated for a year before my divorce, and I was dating my soon to be wife. So technically 10 years from the time I was 25, 15 to 25, and then uh, right around the time I turned 26 is right around the time I separated right when I was about 25, and then 26 is when my divorce finally got finalized. Took a
yeah.
freaking year. Thank you, California.
It took a bit longer for me because we didn't have the money to do the actual divorce, but She threw me out at in 2003, and the divorce was finalized in 2010.
Damn.
Yeah,
7 years? Is it expensive to get divorced there?
no, no, but it was too expensive for me.
Okay.
So I'm currently in a legal battle with my second. She's not a wife. She's someone who lived with me.
Okay.
So there's no word for it. Samenwonend, live together. Is it? It's
Cohabitat.
called cohabit. Yeah. Uh,
Cohabitating.
so the first time was around 2,000 euros, and the second time is will be 2,000 euros again. So for you, it's most likely nothing for American lawyers, but it's a lot of money for me.
Yeah, my divorce was about, well, if you count, I didn't use a lawyer. I went through a paralegal just to get all the paperwork properly filled out.
Mhm.
So I think that cost me $300 plus the $50 I had to pay to have the county sheriff's department serve her the papers.
Yeah,
So
we have something similar, but she refused to do that.
okay, and I flat out gave her pretty much everything. I threw everything in a storage barn and I kept the things that I wanted. And then occasionally I went back to the storage unit to pick up some things that I realized I didn't have. Like the biggest thing, I tore that frickin' place apart for one particular thing, and that was the picture of my great grandfather with my daughter. It's
Mhm.
the only picture I have of them together.
I did
So
that the first time. Leave everything for her, the house, everything, and just take cutlery and whatever I could take.
yeah,
But
I did.
that was stupid. Yeah. So the second
Uh,
time I kept everything.
Smart move there. Yeah, I didn't do that the last time. I did that. I pretty much gave her every frickin' thing, and I eventually at one point told her, I said, "Listen, I'm gonna make this very clear. I said I've been paying for this storage unit for 6, 7 months. I said either you come get this crap out of here, or I'm gonna start defaulting on payments and let them just auction it off."
Mhm.
Because I was not gonna go in there and remove all that crap again. And I was like, "Nope, you want it, you take it."
Yeah. Well, my second left abruptly. She took a little. She took some of her stuff with her new boyfriend, but she left a lot of crap here. And my house was in disarray for almost the whole period that she was living with me. I was the sole person who I was the person who was working. She didn't do anything. So she was house mother, but she neglected to do the house part. So
Oh,
it
yeah.
was a mess, and I decided to just put everything in boxes and drive over to drop everything off. Um, then I got into a slight altercation with her soldier boyfriend, who's also Italian, so they have this kind of macho behavior that I can't stand.
No,
And
not the no, not my Italian heritage.
those those are different. It's a difference. There's a difference between the American Italian and the real Italian that you have over here.
Or as I like to call them, the OG Italian,
Yeah,
the
they
original
are
gangsta.
they are very cocky, very yeah macho man. So I'm not a person who likes trouble. If trouble comes to me, I'll deal with it. But I'm not the person who will like the guy said I don't want your shit. I told him it's her shit, and I dropped it off and I left eventually. But the next time I was going there, I wasn't taking more boxes, so I threw a lot of it away. And now 2 weeks ago, she of course, because she's pregnant again, she of
Yeah.
course requested me to give her all the clothes. I hate the word clothes. I
Yeah.
can't ever pronounce it decently. To give her all the clothes back. I threw a lot
Kapla
of them in.
Birdo Prey 5.
Hello, birds. So I threw a lot of it away, but I kept a little bit because the fancy clothes were a part of my sister's collection.
Okay.
And yeah, I gave it back. Voilà.
I had before I met before I met my now wife, I had, or should I say before I started dating her, because we worked in the same unit but in different departments. So we really didn't know each other at the time. We didn't even work in the same buildings. And
Hmm.
I had met this girl. I met this girl who lived in Reno, Nevada. So we started dating. So like I would go over on a weekend. I'd leave work Friday, go see her, get there Friday night, leave Sunday, come back home. It was only like an hour and a half drive from me, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Unless unless I was going through Donner's Pass when it started snowing, because I mean I could get through without putting chains on, because back then I had a truck that I had a F-250 that had four-wheel drive, but I did have chains in the back of my truck just in case I needed them.
Hmm. Is that the
And
same
then
Donner Pass? Is that the same Donner Pass from the Donner Party, or is it a different one?
I think it's different from Donner
Okay,
Party.
so
I'm
well.
pretty sure it's different from the Donner Party. But we dated for a few months. We started talking about getting in, moving in together. And I was like, I was staying at a buddy's house. I was literally sitting on his couch. I was jokingly called Token because I was the only white guy in the house.
Hmm.
The other two guys were black, and then my buddy Ippolito, he was Mexican.
Yeah,
So they called me I was either called Token or Cracker on the couch.
uh,
So I thought it was just funny as hell.
of course.
I thought it was hilarious as hell. I was like, yeah. I'm like, dude, he's letting me crash on the couch. They can call me whatever the hell they want. So I stayed with them for a few months, and then I was in the middle of a legal battle trying to get custody of my daughter from my ex-wife, and I needed to get an apartment. So I was able to find a nice apartment in California, a two-bedroom apartment for $750. How the hell I found that is beyond me in California. But I did. She moved in with me. We agreed to split the rent. She co-signed on it and everything. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, I need to make sure I find a place I can afford if this goes south.
Yeah.
So sure enough, 3 months within, yeah, the first couple weeks were great, and then all of a sudden she just, I don't know, something switched. There was like a switch that flipped in her that I just never made sense to me. And she ultimately decided to, so she would take the weekend, she would go back to Reno, and then I wouldn't see her, and then she wouldn't talk much to me when she was at the house. And then finally she up and left, and then left like a bunch of her stuff at my place, and she said she'd eventually come back and get it. Well, all her shit I ended up putting in the spare bedroom. There was a
Hmm.
bed and everything and all that crap. And I started dating this girl I met. And actually, it wasn't dating; we were just hooking up. Literally, that's all it was. And she was at my place. Her and I were at my place together. And all of a sudden, my ex girlfriend walks through the door.
Yeah.
Doesn't knock or anything. This is 3.5 months later. Now, granted, she's still on the lease, so she does have the right to come in there. But I kind of looked at her. I guess it was her new boyfriend that was with her or something. And I said, she goes, I told you I was coming. I'm like, when the hell did you tell me you were coming? She goes, oh, I sent you an email. I'm like, you couldn't have called?
Hmm. My
And
first ex did
so,
the same.
huh? Yeah.
My she her a neighbor let her in, and she just barged in,
Oh,
and
man.
I just happened to have a girl. I was on IRC back in the day, and I was bored, so I gave my number to people, and two people called, and one person I invited to watch movies, but I didn't have a couch, so I was
Hmm.
sitting on the floor on some blankets watching movies, and all of a sudden my ex-wife was standing there in the living room. Okay.
Okay, not awkward at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, she came in, she said something to me. I'm like, your stuff's all in that room. You two can go get it.
Hmm.
And all I did was just watch them the whole time. I'm like making sure. I'm like, she's like, she was going to my room. I said, none of your stuff is in that room. I said, all your stuff is here. So she grabs all her stuff. She eventually leaves. She emails me, she calls me like a day later, pissed off as a motherfucker about her bed, saying the bed stinks, there's something wrong with it. I'm thinking, that bed's been in that room the whole time you've been gone.
Hmm.
I'm thinking, whatever. So she tries to tell me, she's like, I'm gonna have to get a new bed and you're gonna have to pay for it. I said, I ain't paying for shit. And shortly after that, she, I think, blocked me from, let's see, what were we? I think she blocked me on MySpace. And I figured,
Hmm.
okay, that's pretty much a given. This relationship is for long over.
Yeah.
Yeah, she blocked me on MySpace. That's how far back that goes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's all always very typical. The
Oh, I
situations that people have are usually the same in some way or another. Or another.
yeah. Well, I had a screwed up one when it came to my ex. When I got custody of my daughter, uh, they did not demand that my ex-wife pay child support. So I'm paying alimony for 3 years. For the next 3 years, I'm paying her like $270 in alimony a month. So I go and I ask the judge, hey, she has no job, she has no income. If I sue her for uh, child support, she's going to end up in jail because she can't pay it. I said, and the amount of money it was going to cost me just didn't seem worth what we were going to get in child support. And I
Hmm.
didn't need the money. So I just asked the judge, I was like, hey, can I just not pay alimony since I'm the one with the kid now and just call it even? And the judge was like, no. I was like, what the fuck? Really?
Alimony
Like,
is for the wife. Eh?
mm-hmm.
Okay, because we our word is alimentatie, which
Okay.
sounds similar like alimony, but alimentatie is for the kids, and then you have another part which is called also alimentatie for the wife.
Yeah, we call to the spouse, it's alimony. Children, it's called child support.
Yeah.
And I never got a dime in child support. And then when I finally didn't have to pay alimony anymore, my ex actually texted me and was like, "Can you still keep giving me money?"
Mhm.
I started laughing. I didn't respond back. I'm thinking you must be out of your mind. Like I'm thinking, nope, you have to get your Starbucks another way.
Mhm. Well, I'm only paying child support, and it's very low for. So my first ex-wife didn't use the index. Do you know the index?
I'm
Do you have
familiar with
that?
the concept of the
Okay.
index.
So every year the index calculates somehow your wages and your alimony and child support, etc. So if the index goes up, you have to pay more. If the index goes down, you have to mention, hey, the index went down, so I have to pay less. If you don't do that, you have to pay the same amount as you did before. So my first ex-wife never increased the index, which is good for me, of course, because I would be paying a lot more now. I'm just paying the same amount I did 10 years ago.
For most child support studies I know here, same with alimony, is it's set at a set rate for a set time, and then it gets increased or decreased, but you can get a decrease or decrease, but you have to go back to court.
Yeah. We have the
It's not
same, but with
uh,
the index. So we have a
okay,
period from 0 to, I think, 6 years, then a period from 6 to 16, I guess,
okay.
because the expenses will get higher the older they get, supposedly. But the index is separate from that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's another cash cow. So
Now, what is your set? Now, does it go from the time you start paying to the time they're 18?
It's from the time to the time they go to work. So my son currently is 18, but he's still in school.
Okay.
He's craft school, I think. He's studying for the chef. So
So he's going to
this is
culinary
his,
school?
yeah.
Okay.
So he should be in his last year, and then he has to find work. And the second he finds work and is on his own feet, I'm out of it. Unless they decide something else, it depends.
Yeah, when we got my daughter, when we got her apartment in Illinois when I moved up there, uh, my wife and I, we had set aside a bunch of money over the years for our kids, specifically for this purpose. And we managed to get her into an entire furnished apartment for under $2,000,
Uh-huh.
which I think for bed, couch, love seat, tables, and everything is a pretty damn good spending we did
Yeah.
to furnish the whole place. Most expensive thing I think was her bed set. I think that was the most expensive thing, and that was like $300
Mhm.
for the headboard, footboard, box spring, rail, stuff like that. But it was a nice bed set too. It's pretty comfortable. And there is a huge difference between sleeping on an elevated bed and sleeping on the ground, sleeping on the
Yeah.
mattress on the ground. Something
You do
about just be. Now go
you do
ahead.
get used to it.
Oh, you do get used to it, but it still feels better. It still feels better the other way.
Yeah.
So it feels
It
better
took
when you
me
can step out of your bed, not pick yourself up off your bed.
yeah, yeah. I think it took me 2 years to get a bed. So we slept all on mattresses on the floor.
Dang.
I'm gonna get. I'm having a headache, so I'm gonna get some pills. I'll
Okay,
be right back.
sure thing, bud. Bird of Prey 5, if you're still there, you want to talk about your Black Friday hangover? Did you buy anything online? The family go out? Did you just chill? I know Yitzy here, he was smart. He chilled and just went online.
Who did?
You did. I was asking
Oh
if Bird of Prey 5 is still here, if he wanted to talk about his Black Friday hangover. I would imagine he probably didn't go out and do much.
no.
Uh, yeah, I gotta go. Like I said, I gotta go out today to get that gift for my wife. But that's about the only thing I need to go out and do today, as far as I know.
Hmm.
Uh, okay. Didn't buy anything. We're taking care of nephew of Prague. Okay. Just hang. Is he doing good? No issues, right? He's just you were just taking care of him for the day. We'll make sure nephew will praise good.
I'm having a very hard time finding a decent gift for my youngest daughter
Oh, really? How old
because
is she?
she's 5.
Okay.
So when they are here, the only thing they actually do is play Roblox, so computer games.
Okay.
It's very rare that they actually go make stuff with Lego or anything else. So the only thing she is interested in is like dolls and teddy bears, but she has enough of them. So I don't know
Yeah.
what to get her.
I know that. Yeah. Uh, I knew that feeling too at times. Okay. He's okay. Sisso prays having back problems. Oh God, man. Can barely pick him. I understand. Bird of Prey 5, I totally understand that kind of back pain. Lived with it a long time myself. Well, you tell Sisso Prey we all want her to get better soon, and we're thinking about her. Yeah, I made the mistake one year of going out on a Black Friday and never again.
Yeah, I've heard stories.
I went out literally in the later, like around 9, 10 in the morning when like all the crazy sales are supposed to be over with. And the place is still a madhouse. And I'm just like, I gotta get the hell out of here. I'm like, I do not need to be around this. This is just,
Hmm.
people are just acting stupid and I'm hearing people yell at each other, and then I'm seeing people just. I just like, dude, stop fighting over a 55-inch TV that's 30% off. I'm like,
Yeah,
give me a break. I'm like, give me a break. It's not that important. I don't get it. I don't get the whole Black Friday thing. I do know that I did read up on some of the history of Black Friday, but it's just become so big that it can be insane.
yeah,
It really depends on where you're at, but it can be insane. Some of the bigger cities, I'm sure, have some of the bigger issues than say here. I live in a small town, but if I had gone, say, to Columbia, which is an hour away, and tried to like maybe go to the mall there, the big mall there, it probably would have been a freaking nightmare.
hmm
Or if I tried to go to Target at that time, so. And only time I ever went out on Black Friday, I had to go to Walmart for some stuff, and I was like, I'm never doing this. I came back home, and told my wife, I was like, I'm never doing that again.
yeah.
I was like, no, no, no,
I used to
never
go.
again.
I used to do my grocery shopping in person, and I just can't stand it to be. When I get into a crowd, I get into a certain zone. So if I walk through,
Aloha.
hello,
Cade MacArthur, how are you?
Just letting you know, I'm not actually from Hawaii.
That's okay. I'm not from South Carolina, but I still live here.
I might not stick around for too long.
That's okay. So, Cade, did you do anything for Black Friday? You at least survived it.
Yeah, I survived it.
Did you go out? Did you stay in? Did you order online? Are
I
you waiting
stayed
on
in.
Cyber
I didn't
Monday?
buy anything.
There's like, what is it? One big ticket item, I guess, this year. There's no like one kid's ticket item unless we're counting the PS5. And currently, right now, if you wanted to try and get a PS5, you might as well, if you want to pay out your ass on eBay, because they are price gouging like a motherfucker on there.
Xbox.
No, not. I haven't seen the Xbox. The PS5.
Mm. But I think the Xbox is out as well.
Is it? What is
Yeah.
that new Xbox even called?
I think the Xbox One.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
I've never had an Xbox.
I had a three. I still have a 360, but my TV is one of those old 90 kilogram heavy TVs from 2003. So certain games you can't even read the text because it's all HD, and my TV isn't.
Oh wow.
So I'm not using it a lot.
I remember
So
when I had one of those TVs with the big fat back still.
Yeah,
yeah, the CRTs. I had those. Yeah, these people are selling. Yeah, I'm just looking on eBay right now. PS5, $2,000, $1,800, $1,800, $1,700, 1,800.
no,
I'm just like, shoot, you some greedy little bastards.
yeah. I've seen pictures of a person who bought over a dozen in his living room to resell them.
I've been trying to figure that out. I was wondering, I wonder if these people who did this created shadow accounts just specifically so they could buy as many as they could.
It's a bot system, I've heard. I don't know the details, but
Yeah, I figure it's a bot system of some sort. No, I don't know the
every
details
the bots make fake email accounts and then they register, etc.
because I'm fairly certain probably most places limited you to one per customer.
Yeah,
But
but they
you can't
subverted
do,
it
yeah,
by
but
making
oh
yeah.
yeah, you're gonna find a way to subvert it. There's always a way to get around shit.
I don't like people like that. I mean,
Oh,
I've
I
actually
don't
been
either.
working on some alternate history stuff.
Yeah? What
Like
kind of
one where
alternate
the
history?
like one where all the Pacific Islands unite into one country and they call themselves Oceanesia.
That could be good. One thing I cannot find that I really want to get is for that Eagle Moss stuff, Yitzy, the
mhm.
Doomsday Machine. That thing is
Yeah.
damn near impossible to find. Kapla Birdo Prey 5.
Kapla.
Hello world, it's Berto Bray 5 Kapla.
Hell on Kuroga.
No, not Hail on Kuroga. Hail Kuroga.
I know.
Greetings from my small communist puppet state.
Yeah, Kate, I think you need to change the government.
It's
Well, it's a
communist.
communist state, so it's going to involve a lot of blood and bullets.
Yeah, it's so good to see you for the first time.
Is it the first time?
I think for me, it's the first time I've seen you.
I think this is the fifth time I go online.
Oh,
But yeah, it's
I have.
possible.
I don't. I'm
This is my
uh,
face. This is my wall. So voila.
very nice wall.
Yeah,
Quite
this side
a
at least.
interesting shade of white. Is that
Hey, what's the
eggshell
national
or
anthem of Kuroga?
Blanco?
I don't know.
The national anthem of Kuroga?
Yeah, does it have one?
Of course it does. Have you never heard of it? Heard
No,
it?
sing
I
it to
play
me.
it quite often. I can't sing it to you now. It's a pretty lengthy anthem as anthems go. But it's on Bird of Prey 5X channel. If you do a search, Kuroga National Anthem, it'll come up.
All right,
Oh,
I'll
I'm going
look
to
it
have
up.
to look at that.
Now, you might like it, Kate, because it does use the old Soviet Union's national anthem's music as the backdrop. It's not because we were fans of the Soviet Union, of course, but
Well, yeah.
you know, there's
Can a
very
cop?
few copyright-free songs that YouTube.
Actually, I'm thinking
Yeah,
about
can
should
you
we do an
really?
anthem for MacArthur?
No, I was just thinking. I wonder how that would work. I'm sorry, but you are using the Soviet Union's copyright. It's like, how can I have a copyright against a country that no longer exists?
Yeah, it was one of the very few options we had. So,
I don't think national anthems are copyrighted.
well, the thing is that the national anthem itself, the words can't be, but the people who play it
Mhm.
will hold a copyright. Every piece of music has two copyrights, assuming there's words. The lyrics are one, and the actual performance is a second.
Yeah.
So you can sing a song that's been in public domain for 200 years, and you don't have a copyright on the lyrics, but your actual performance itself, that would still be copyrightable.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's
Um,
like the happy birthday jingle, isn't it?
right,
The
like
words
right.
aren't
I mean,
copyright, but the
anybody
jingle
can.
is.
Well, no. What happened with Happy Birthday was for a long time, somebody, I think I don't remember who, Michael Jackson's estate or something, claimed copyright of the song, and that's why for decades all the restaurants nobody could sing Happy Birthday. They'd have to make up their own Happy Birthday song. But in the last, I think, 6 or 7 years, at some point, the Supreme Court overruled it and said no, Happy Birthday is indeed public domain.
What
So
day is today? It's someone's birthday. What a day for a birthday. Let's all have some cake. Guess where that one was from?
Cheesecake Factory.
Art with Arm here says, I got my nephew the Mandalorian Bounty Hunter Transport Starship. 100 is that 120 euro
Pounds.
pounds? Okay, so it's 120 pounds for the Razor Crest. It is a good looking. It is a nice looking ship. What's the national anthem of Vivar? Only joking, no one cares. Stephanie Brandy
I think they
1701.
mean Navarre.
Navarre?
I don't know what Vivar is, but Navarre is what Vulcan's new name is in Star Trek Discovery. Navarre, there
Oh,
it is. Yeah.
oh, that's why I didn't get the joke. But you're right. No one cares about Discovery. No one cares what they're doing on Discovery.
By the way, once Turdistan's destroyed, I'm gonna turn on Kuroga.
Sure you are. Sure you are.
You might have a little problem getting through Kuroga. Nivar. So is that the planet where like Vulcans and Romulans are living together?
No, it is Vulcan. It's just that Vulcan changed their name. once the Romulans came to live with them, they're like, we need to change this name because this Vulcan name no longer represents us since we're both Romulans and Vulcans. So they're like, yeah, let's just change it to Navarre.
Imagine Sebek and Tarek on Nivar.
Okay. Yeah, I know I've heard about it. I haven't watched anything since on Discovery. I haven't watched it since right before the refit. That was the episode before the refit was the only one I've seen. Anything else I know about it, I've heard from Vertebrae. I've literally heard from your channel.
And it's
You
a
know,
great source of information. So
it's funny that Vox, the only Klingon in Discovery that actually looks like the way he's supposed to look. That actually looks era appropriate, technically.
Buck was the worst kept secret in the entire freaking first season.
Well, the joke was, it's because, right, he looks like exactly like a human. He doesn't look like a Klingork. So technically it makes him the only era appropriate Klingon in the entire show.
this
Uh,
is true.
Bird of Prey, did you? I don't know. Are you tracking Mandalorian? Did you watch it?
No, I'm gonna wait till season 2 is over and binge it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
I
be
haven't
talking to.
seen season 1 or 2, but you can talk about it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk. Well, I'm gonna save that because that's gonna be tomorrow for 10 forward on Sunday. Today we're talking the Quentin Tarantino's. We're gonna finish up our Quentin Tarantino movie collection talk.
I wonder what a Quentin Tarantino Star Trek movie would be like.
I know he was pitching the idea one time.
I
I
think it
don't
would be
know.
good.
No, I don't think Quentin Tarantino's the right director for that
Yeah.
kind of genre
I mean, I
or
like Quentin
for that IP.
I mean, I like his films and I like Star Trek films, but both for different reasons. You know, not for the same reasons I would like a Star Trek film. So
Since season one for me gave Picard one season only because it was Stewart. I did the same thing. I watched all of season one of Discovery. I watched all of Picard. I absolutely hated Picard. I hated what they did to Jean Luc's character. I'm sorry, but I want to the whole he's a freaking admiral, and all of a sudden he's got this lieutenant commander calling him JL. I'm like, he rarely let people call him by his first name. The only people who really had that a bit, who were able to get away with that, was Beverly Crusher, literally. She was the only one who could really get away with that, and she only did that usually in private. Arm with arm, I quit
well, as Supreme
halfway through season.
Commissar of MacArthur,
I
I
quit
don't
halfway
know.
through season one, STD. I quit 3 episodes into season two. I was like, I don't want to see this Pecker Spock guy. I was like, no. I liked the guy who played Captain Pike, but then again, I also liked him in Hell on Wheels. So
To be honest, Spock turned out to be one of the better parts of Discovery.
yeah,
It wasn't until the last episode that he kind of ruined the character. But the rest of the season, Spock was certainly one of the high points.
Spock was really.
Well, he was the only one who could put Burnham in her place. So, of the talking down she got where she was actually kind of wrong, it was always from Spock.
I still couldn't believe you. I still thought it was funny as hell when you told us Tilly's now the new number one.
My God, I didn't
Hey, look
believe
at
it.
you.
They could
He's
do
just
it.
he's like, what the fuck?
I joked about it the week before as if like even Discovery writers aren't that stupid. Like that's not gonna happen.
I call it a JJ promotion.
It's a participation trophy generation.
Yeah, literally. Oh,
I'm
you've been
just
an
glad
instant
that
for less than a.
Rios hasn't turned out to be a converted Klingork or a spy from the Mirror Universe yet. That'll be season 2.
I think Rios is gonna turn out to be a hologram.
You think so?
I
I mean, if
didn't
he is a
until this.
hologram, he would be to the EMH as, the synths are to Data.
In episode 5, Nepenthe, or no, not Nepenthe, Star Cloud City or whatever, Stardust City, was the first time he left the ship. So going up until episode 5, I thought they were going to find out that he was actually a hologram and the real, whatever the hell his name was actually on Stardust City. And that was Rafi's side quest, was to find the real him and bring him back to the ship. But then it turned out to be fake. And then we saw him off the ship. And then they even did that. The guy sniffed him and could tell he was real. So I was like, okay, now they can't possibly have us believe he's truly a hologram anymore. But after seeing what the Discovery writers can do and say, hold my beer, and, now I'm thinking, yeah, they could say next season that Rios has been a hologram this whole time. We just didn't know. Who knows? I don't know.
Hello, Mountains of Elysium. Welcome.
I once thought, what if Doomcock was a character on Doctor Who, the classic series? Doesn't he look like a Doctor Who villain?
Yeah, I could see that.
I actually thought he was satire at first.
Good morning, V-Star.
Good morning, D-Star.
I have to go. My planet needs me right now.
All right, get your dictatorship stuff taken care of in order.
Take care.
Make sure all executions or paperwork is filled out in triplicate. Oh, everybody's got their own country now.
It's good to be the king.
It's good to be the king. I would agree. But I'd say I'm the king of my castle, but the truth of the matter is, everybody in my house knows who really runs the house. She's currently sitting like 2 feet away from me. Oh. So, V-Star, Mountains of Elysium, did you guys survive Black Friday? Did you guys make it through? Did you get any good sales? Did you go out? Or we like some of us, we just said the hell with it, we stayed in. I think the only thing I went out yesterday to do was go get some beer and some soda from the store. V-Star's got her own planet. What's her planet called?
Planet Bodacious.
What planet?
Nice.
She has a star. It's called V-Star.
V-Star, basically kind of Venus, duh. V-Star, we were talking about, what we did for our Black Friday, what's going on. Pretty much Yitzy and myself and Bird of Prey 5, we all stayed in. So I know you said you hate shopping, so you probably did the same. So I can't say I blame you. At this point now, it's kind of I don't really see the appeal to going out on a Black Friday to get a sale at this point. Not at this age, not with this day and age of technology. I was working until 6 yesterday and did nothing apart from the ambassadorial wing. Oh, nice. Mounds, when you talk to him, you got to talk to him about that goatee, though. Got to talk to the ambassador about that goatee. Got to been teasing him a little bit about it. Strange looking at him with facial hair. That'd be like me shaving my entire beard off. No, I'm not gonna do it. So Yetzi, what you got going on for the weekend, buddy? I know you said it's what, almost 2 p.m. there?
The same as always, just sitting behind the computer, watch YouTube, movies, and making drawings or whatever. That's it. That's what I do in my life at the moment.
Are you firing anything up in your 3D printer?
No. After I finished the Minecraft thing, I was trying to make a life counter, but it didn't work, so I got fed up with it. So I'm gonna leave it for a bit and try again later.
So, honey, Yitzy here with his 3D printer. He's making a chess set out of Minecraft characters. Yeah, he showed me a few of them. He's got some good blocks there. He's just got to get the painting done later on. Yeah, I'd love to see a picture of that when you're all done with it one day, Yitzy.
Yeah, I asked my children if they want to help paint it, and they said yes. But since next time I see them, it's Sinterklaas, Saint Nicholas. They'll be busy doing that, I guess. So I'll see. Maybe I'll start painting myself.
Hmm.
I also need to print the board, but I'm just gonna print it with paper, I think, and laminate it
Okay,
because there's no point in printing a whole board. It's just a slab of plastic.
that could definitely work. I could see that. I'm
Yeah,
not.
I did a Photoshop with the two colors of grass. So the lighter color of grass is the light, and the darker color of grass is the darkest.
Okay. Welcome, V Star. How are you?
Hey, good morning. I'm just waking up here. Yitzy!
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm
It's
okay.
good to see your little face there, buddy.
I have a big face.
You do not have a big face.
I'm far away from
Hey.
the camera, but my face is quite big in contrast to other
you,
people.
you see my new avatar?
Hmm.
Do you love it?
I
Yitzy
made
made
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's a trick question. He
yes,
made it.
yes, he did. No, I'm talking about you guys. I didn't know if you
Oh
guys saw
yeah,
it
I
yet or
love
not.
it. I think it looks great.
I love it. I love it. I showed Chris. My friend Chris wants to talk to you, Yitzy. So
Hmm.
DM me later when maybe you're awake and I can set up a meeting for you to talk to Chris Olds for Mars City. I just wanted to pop up and just say real fast
Yeah.
because
So everybody can so everybody can see a nice bigger picture of it. That looks
oh
really good.
my lips are like huge. I love it. You gave me Botox on my lips. Thanks.
You're seeing things I don't see. Like you said to me that you're fat. In
I
the
know. I
picture,
look
I
like.
just see a large bosom and a wavy dress.
Yes, it looks good. It's perfect. Everything you've done. So everything he's done. He's done 3 for me. It's just been perfect. So, anyways, I didn't want to like come and hog your show or anything, Envy, but I just wanted to. I saw mom. I had to put my glasses on, because I didn't know. I was like,
No,
"Who is that
you're
up there in the background?"
what's that?
I said I didn't know who that was at first until I put my glasses on.
Oh, I know that feeling all too well.
Ay,
Well, I figured might as well. I was up. I was like, I got nothing going on. Figured let's maybe see how everybody survived Black Friday. Because,
cool.
as we all know, Black Friday is a nightmare for people when they go out.
I hate even saying Black Friday, to be honest with you. I hate
Yeah,
that terminology. I hate it. I hate it. If people actually knew what it meant, they wouldn't be going around calling it that. All I'm going to say without getting in a lot of trouble. Because last time I said something and I posted something on Facebook, yeah, I went to jail for that for like 3 months. So I'm still
damn.
in Facebook prison. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still in Facebook prison since last September. They're not letting me out. It's
Jeez.
okay.
You're not missing anything.
No, I'm not. No.
I gotta
Well,
be honest.
I have
I
all my
rare.
friends.
Can't you just IM them?
That's what I'm saying. I know pretty much all their phone numbers anyways. It doesn't matter. You know, these are people I grew up with, and the important people know how to find me, and the other ones, well, oh well. Too bad, so sad, right? How you
Yeah,
doing,
exactly.
Bob? How you doing,
Oh,
Bird?
Bop. Got it.
Yeah,
Now I
so
get
I
it.
call you Bob. I'm
No
sorry.
problem.
It's just
That's
the Bob Five and the Family Five.
we're doing decent. Had a good night's sleep last night.
Good.
You
How's
know,
Mama Pray doing?
she's okay. She's it's been a tough few days. This Oprah's back went
Mm,
out,
I
and
heard.
so we
Mhm.
got
I
nephew
know.
Opre here. And last night was well, not last night was okay. The night before was a really rough night for all of us.
Mm,
But last night
mm.
he did a lot better. So
Oh,
hopefully
good.
we'll be good today.
Yeah, she needs to rest. I'm concerned. Well,
Yes,
you know, I am. I know. You guys are in my prayers. Believe that
thank you.
24/7. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
well,
remember, just saying, you know, I still have that auction for Mama Pray and it keeps growing. It's number 11. Just saying, y'all. Some good stuff in there.
oh hey, for you guys here who have you have your stores where your merch is.
Yeah.
See if we can get you guys to plug those in. If you got a merch store, go ahead and plug it. I know Bird of Prey does. In fact, I think I
Yeah.
have. In fact, I think
Don't
it's.
you have one, NB?
No, I do not have one. I do not have a merch store at all. I have not gotten around to even thinking about setting one of those up yet.
Oh, wow. You'd have, I could just only imagine your store would be bitching. You need to make one. I need
The
stuff. I
best.
need more stuff.
Here's Bird of
I
Prey
don't have enough
5's
stuff.
merch store for anybody who wants to check out his cool stuff. I saw one of our oh, who was it who had one? Had one of your pillows, Bird of Prey?
Yosef
Yeah,
has one.
Yosef has one. Yeah, I thought it was interesting because it was the only one on there. I've seen Yosef's room, and it's like all these pillows were white with little decorations, except for the one Bird of Prey 5. And there's General Chang's face right there in the middle.
Oh,
And
cool.
I was like, is that a Bird of Prey merch there? He's like, yep.
I know I got my dragon from Loki. I did a Thanksgiving unveiling, and I got my boss woman Nina Green pillow. Whoop whoop.
Oh, nice. From Jedi Bill's
Yeah,
store.
yeah. So next month I'll pick two more. But of course I have to, and of course I have my D cup that changes color. I mean it.
Yeah, I think I'm going. Yeah, as I said, my Christmas this year is I'm hitting up people's merch stores. So I'm gonna be hitting up Jedi Bills, uh, Admiral Oliver, Franklin Dooms, Captain Trex, Bird of Preys, um, Stone Lokis. Nancy, I need yours because I don't have your merch store link. And I need to fix this little problem here. Oh, I need to. Why is it not giving me the option here? Oh, because I'm in StreamYards like an idiot. There, hey, V-Star, I added you a wrench, so you should be able to
Oh
post your merch page. So I'm saving shortcuts to everybody's merch store.
yeah, because I want to have my logo, the one that Yitzy did, the one of Venus and the goddess Sin together with the little three stars. That's what's going to be my logo.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like that one. I do. That's tight ass. I like that. Either that or the one, if I could ever get, well, Chris is sending me a laptop. Woo woo. So I'll be able to start doing my visual poems because he did such a beautiful picture of a poem I wrote for the troops when they were caught up in a canyon in Afghanistan. And all I did, Jits, I told him like maybe just a little bit about it. He put together this brilliant picture, like he took it out of my brain. That's why I think you're so brilliant. I mean, you're just awesome, and I just can't talk enough about you and your artwork. Seriously, no bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry if I embarrass. I don't mean to embarrass you. I don't mean to embarrass
here's
It's
you.
okay.
mine. Mine is got
I know yours
literally
is
just
tight
based on
ass.
what I sent him. He put all that together, and I was just like, I was so blown away when I saw it.
I love it. I love it with the book and the flag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Captain Trek.
Oh, woo woo.
Captain Trek's in the house.
I'll put
Yitzy's
in.
done, as far as I know, Yitzy has done a lot of people's stuff. Mine, V-Star, I know he's done one for Bird of Prey 5.
I think
I remember
I'm at
Jedi Bill.
31.
You've done 31?
31.
Dang.
Yeah, let me check.
I know you did Purple Valkyries recently. Did you? Well, you also did Samantha Joe's, right?
Yeah. I'll put in my link for my merch
Yes,
store.
please do.
Oh, I didn't know you had one. Oh, yes. Most definitely. I'll have to check that out. All right, you're on my hit list. I know that sounds horrible, huh?
All right, folks. This is Yitzy's merch store page. Check it out. See what kind of cool stuff he's got there. And I am going to copy this and send it to. I'm going to copy this and put it shortcut.
33 in total at the moment.
How long have you been doing them?
Uh,
Well,
I
this is
think a
interesting.
month after March, around, well, yeah, when we were locked down, I started them, I think.
Okay.
OMG!
I don't know if I was the first, but I'd say I was one of the first.
Uh, you were one of the first. I think the first one I finished. I started with the sketches first, so I did
Mhm.
3 of them, which was you, Neurotic, and Doomcock. And I skip between places because I get bored quickly, and then I go to the other and I finish it. So you were definitely one of the first 3
Oh, wow.
to
You
get
did
Good
one.
finished.
company.
Oh,
Yeah,
you did one for
Oh,
Gary and Doomcock, huh?
yeah. They didn't acknowledge it, but I did them. So voila.
Okay. I don't really. I'm not on their channels very often anymore. I kind of stick around here with this group of people more often
Mhm.
than anything else.
I love it.
I love this community.
Yeah.
Oh
Like
my
it's,
gosh, have you seen his store?
uh, I have not yet.
Oh, wait till you see it.
You got something you want to, V-Star, if you want to share a screen, go ahead. I don't want to try scrolling through a store while I'm running the panel.
Right, I am. Oh my gosh. I like this one, Pick Your Existence. The first one I saw, oh, I gotta put a heart there. Uh-oh, yeah, you're gonna cost me a fortune. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm trying to at least get at least one thing from people's merch stores, and then I think I'm gonna do a nice little unboxing of things and a little video of it all.
Yeah, that's
So,
that's just so much fun.
let's
All right,
see.
I'm
I
gonna put
got. Da-da-da. I need to talk with Latino Slant. I need his V-Star. I need your merch store too.
yes. I don't have a merch store. Yeah.
We need to get you a merch store.
Yeah. And I'm looking at Yetzi's and I'm like, well,
For
it's
so,
just the little
are
stupid
there
shit
any
that I freaking love.
are there any Canadians in the chat or whatever? Because I have this weird. There's this old series with George Peppert, Hannibal from the A Team, called Banachek, about a Polish investigator. I've watched it a while back, and it was quite interesting. But for some reason, I keep getting Canadians who buy the Banachek logo, which I made, and it's weird that it's all Canadians because it's a very niche series. They didn't expect anything to come from it, but for some reason, Canadians dig Banachek.
Huh.
But I don't. Yeah, Canuck is not here, so
No, Random Canuck is not here at the moment. Uh, I know he's Canadian. I don't know who else. I'm trying to think of who else I know who's Canadian.
it might be the same person. I don't know who buys stuff. I just get the country they're from.
I like that. I'm
So
not a
this is
number.
a
I'm a free
totally
man.
different Redbubble, huh? Is this your weird? Because everyone's using like Teesprings and stuff. This is the first that I'm seeing. So is this just in Belgium?
No, it's
It's
worldwide.
is it?
I tried several. Like I did Teespring, Threadless, and Redbubble. And Redbubble gives me
Mm-hmm.
consistent sales each month, a couple each month. It's not a lot, of course. It's I
Okay.
think a maximum of €2 you get from a T-shirt or a mug or anything. But at least those sell. The Threadless and Teespring, you have to actively start advertising your store, and I just can't be arsed.
Hello, Captain Shrek. Welcome aboard, buddy.
Hello.
Hello.
How did
Hello.
you survive? You survived Black Friday, I see.
Oh, yes.
Well,
Nice,
considering what you were
peaceful,
going through for
quiet.
Thanksgiving, Black Friday probably was a breeze.
Yeah. Wonderful. Lovely. Beautiful. I don't ever do anything. Actually, I did do some shopping for my mom yesterday online.
Oh, nice.
Not, well, no. Literally for my mom. Not to give to my mom. It was for her. She wanted me to do it for her. So
I gotcha.
I found what she wanted at a better price, ordered it with her card.
Not Ryan Johnson. Hello out there, YouTube land. Just listening in. Welcome, not Ryan Johnson. Nobody likes Ryan Johnson anyway. Not Ryan Johnson. The real Ryan Johnson nobody likes.
Right, exactly.
He's never going to be forgiven for that. I don't think the geek community is going to forget. I don't think the geek nerd community is ever going to forgive him. He might taper down in a decade or two.
Well, maybe.
So
Maybe.
yeah, it seems like pretty much all of us were in agreement, Trek. None of us went out and did really much of anything for Black Friday, which is probably why we're all still sane.
I couldn't give a shit about Black Friday anymore. I
Me
I
either.
couldn't. No, when my niece and nephew were younger and the world was a little more sane, I would go out with my mom and we would go each go our separate ways, have a list of things to get to increase our chances of getting all the stuff. So then if there was a limit on things, we would end up getting the limit or a little more and then dividing it between us. So if there's a limit of one and we needed two things, I got one, she got the other. Which, hey, works for me.
I'm sorry, I'm in the hoodies, so you know, like I'm freaking engaged here.
Of course. So, Yitza, what's been going on with you?
Not much. I've been sitting here. That's it. So, yeah, the headache
My
is
coffee
gone. So
one.
Well, that's good.
yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
I think I watched a movie. I can't even remember. Let me see. Oh yeah, I watched Abraham Lincoln, the Vampire Hunter, this morning because Jedi Bill wasn't on.
I know. Shame on him.
I think
Right?
he had to run to the hospital. I think.
Okay.
Oh no.
Well,
Who
then,
had to do what?
Where?
I'm not quite sure because I didn't, of course, watch the whole thing, but I skipped in places, and I think he mentioned something about going to the hospital.
Are we
okay, then
talking
he has
about
a
Bill?
yeah.
Jedi Bill, yeah.
Then he has a legitimate reason to have not been on. Okay,
Mhm.
I get it. That can be forgiven.
Oh,
Huh.
I found
Kind
my
of have
hoodie.
to. Oh Lord.
I wonder if it
Yeah,
was. We'll catch
sorry.
up with him later. We'll catch up with Bill later and find out what's going on. I'm sure.
Exactly. Exactly.
But hopefully it's nothing bad. Yeah. Hopefully it's just as hopefully it's about as similar as last time he went. Nothing too bad.
Yeah. Of course, he does need to do a few things that he's not doing, and hopefully he'll listen to the doctor this time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Damn those doctors and their demands. Doctors and
I
the
mean,
test demands.
yeah, well, I'm gonna
I'm
get on his
I'm
ass.
I am not innocent of that myself. I'm not
Neither
innocent of
am
that
I.
myself, so I'm not going to claim. I'm not going to claim that I do everything my doctor says. So it's like,
I do pretty much everything my doctor says but one thing.
what?
I still drink beer. But I am losing a few. But I think I've lost maybe half an inch on my waist in the last 3 weeks. Haven't really lost any weight, but I think I've lost about half an inch off my waist. I feel a little slimmer, so it looks like it's working good. Madam Geek and I, we took yesterday off, so we work out today, we work out tomorrow. We generally do
Mm-hmm.
we'll do 2 days on, 1 day off. Is kind of how it plays out for us. Give ourselves a day to recover. Because those cardios wear out our. We had to modify a few things too because we had one that was all leg workout, and I'm like, after doing that one a few times, I was like, I got to replace this with something else because 25 minutes of just doing squats and lunges and stuff is not. I'm like, I can't keep up with this.
Well, not only is it not easy, it gets boring. That's
Yeah,
why you got to change it up.
yeah, that is. Well, the good thing is I've got.
Because if you do that all the time, you're just going to be like, oh, no,
Yeah.
not going to do this today.
So, all right, what kind of music should I play? 80s hair band or something more 70s, 80s cassette era?
Hmm. For what?
For the workout. I usually switch between classic rewind on and Hair Nation on my satellite radio. On my satellite, I just pull the app up on my phone and I start playing it. And I generally have
Are
we
you going to be
generally
doing
have the
cardio or are you going to be just.
cardio, mostly cardio.
Then I would go for a more up tempo, uh, upbeat music.
Okay, I'll probably go with Hair Nation Party.
Mm-hmm.
Hair Nation Party was pretty upbeat the last time we did it, so it'll
Barbie
probably stay
girl.
away from the ballads. What was that,
Unless you
Yitsu?
go, unless you go with power ballads.
Oh.
Barbie girl.
I don't go to the 90s channel.
Uh,
Oh my God, I avoid the 90s channel and the 2000 and Pop 2K channel. I'm like, I avoid those. The only reason you'll even see me go to the 90s channel is because I'm switching over to the 80s channel.
I'm just picturing you running to Barbie Girl or whatever you do.
Oh man,
Oh,
when I
now
was
that would be, what would be funny is to have him doing a video
Yeah.
lip syncing Barbie Girl.
I don't even know the words.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life is plastic. It's fantastic. That's it.
Well, don't forget, come on, Barbie, let's go party.
Yeah. That's for his wife.
Exactly. Exactly.
I wouldn't use Radiohead for exercising. I know a couple of let's see, who would I not listen to while working out? Grateful Dead, definitely not. Uh Pink Floyd, definitely not. I'd be like, I just want to go smoke some weed right now. Be like, skip the workout, we're just gonna smoke a joint listening to that. Uh but yeah, we finally yeah, Madam Geek and I were 3 weeks in. We got 2 more workouts and then we'll complete a 3 weeks. It's been good. We're motivating ourselves to get out there and doing it together. And I mean, kind of hard not to have an excuse. Say, okay, I think I can suck 25 minutes for working out. Can't really use that as a good excuse. I don't have time considering the hours I have invested in YouTube streams. So I can't really say I don't have the time to do it. But I'm doing that. I'm taking my meds and I'm eating decent. My only bad habits are my nicotine habit and my beer. So
Well, you could, and I stress could, decide to cut down on beer
oh, I have been
sometime.
actually. Oh, I actually have been for the most part. It was only, because Thanksgiving was on, you do a little holiday celebrating.
Yeah, who
Yeah.
cares about that? That's big deal. Um, and, and I, you know, it's funny. Uh, my doctor wants me on a low sodium diet. He doesn't know my goddamn sodium level. When I went into the hospital for the emergency surgery, they had to
Yeah.
pump me full of sodium to get me to an acceptable level.
So you had a low sodium intake.
Very low.
Yeah, I've been fortunate. My sodium and there's been no issues with my sodium intake. Uh, they did have a few concerns about my liver, and I do have a little bit of a fatty liver. That's mainly from the drinking I did back in 16 and 17.
Uh,
Yeah, not a good
19
year.
or 18.
Huh? 19 or 18? Okay. Oh,
Sorry.
nah, you're fine. Nah, I was mostly 2016. That was a bad year. That was the year I ended up having to go to a 3 week rehab facility, which was a good thing because I was drinking a little too much, and I stress the word little too much. It's more like a shit ton much. But hey, I got lucky. I survived it, and I learned.
Yeah, that is the important thing. By the way, what is going on with Bird? I know he's muted, so I'm not going to ask him to.
Now I don't know what he's working on right now. Yitzy here was showing me some of his 3D printer stuff earlier. Looked really nice. Uh, I kind of like. I can't wait to see the picture of this chessboard he's working on when it's done because he said he was doing it. He's doing it in Minecraft.
Ooh, I like that.
Not working on anything, Captain. Just been busy with stuff.
Okay,
I'm listening
life.
on and off.
So, how's Charlie?
Charlie's good. Last night was better than the night before for the rest of us. So
With luck, we'll have a decent day.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. And
Oh,
hey, maybe he'll like the movie today.
what's the movie pick for cinema Saturday?
It's The Last Starfighter.
Oh, a classic.
It was picked by Jeff Franklin. Since it'll be the last Saturday he'll be able to attend Cinema Saturday because of his promotion at work.
Yep, I remember that. I remember him saying Saturdays were gonna be going away for him with the promotion. The Last Starfighter. I love that movie.
That's a good pick.
That is a good pick. What do we do? We die. I would have liked a sequel. That would have been nice, but sequels were thankfully back then few and far between.
Well, back then, when they actually had a sequel, it made sense. You didn't just have a sequel to have a sequel. Like
Yeah,
T2 was not Terminator redone.
no, it wasn't.
Now, beyond that, it got kind of stupid.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even see the last one because
Oh,
I
God.
as soon as I knew, I was like, as soon as I knew that they were going to kill John Connor in it, I was like, I'm out. No way, not going to happen.
I'm sorry. You can't have a Terminator movie without John Connor being involved. Even if he's not in the damn movie, he can't be dead.
Yeah, yeah, that's especially for the whole thing. I mean, it just basically takes the first two movies and just takes a big shit on them. And then they tried to say James Cameron was working on it. I think it was what he was in there with like six other writers, directors. It's like, how much did he really touch this? Good
Probably.
morning, Mr. Lundell. How are you, sir? Good to see you. I hope you survived Black Friday and you are well rested and having a great Saturday, buddy. And if you want to come in and hang out, I'm throwing the StreamYard chat back in. If you want to come join us, Mr. Lundo, you are more than welcome. Oh, so this afternoon, folks, I will be doing a 3 p.m. Quarks Bar, be finishing up talking Quentin Tarantino movies. I think this time we're going to focus on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and The Hateful Eight, because those are two we did. I think those are the two we really haven't talked about. Because in the last two, we really kind of hit them up on various different, I mean, you could talk for almost forever about Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown. At least I could. Uh, Kill Bill 1 and 2, definitely. I could talk. Reservoir Dogs, yeah. I could talk about those movies all day. And Sunday, at least at 3 p.m. this time, we'll be doing the last two episodes of The Mandalorian. I actually quite enjoyed this last episode, too.
Cool.
I thought Rosario Dawson did a really good job as Ahsoka. I was actually very happy with it. But I saw it was written by Dave Filoni, and once I knew that was going on, I'm like, Dave Filoni's not going to screw up this character. He created this character.
What do you think of Baby Yoda's real name?
It's going to take me a while. I'm still going to be calling him Baby Yoda for quite a while.
Yeah,
I think most are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for now it's going to be Baby Yoda for quite a while. I might eventually get used to his name. I don't know. I didn't really know what to think of it. Uh, I did kind of like how we did get some information. So he was, he was at the Jedi Temple. He's one of the ones that escaped. So, and it did make sense that she said the only time she's ever seen that race um, is Master Yoda, which I guess would make sense because she probably, Mr. Lundell's Groovy Movies, how are you, sir?
Hey, morning.
By the time Ahsoka would have gotten to her Padawan position, uh, Yaddle, who was the only other member of Yoda's species, she had died in between Episode 1 and Episode 2. So there's a pretty good chance she, as a youngling, had never seen her when she was in the Jedi Council. So that would probably make sense why she would not recognize Yaddle or say Yaddle. If that makes sense.
I saw a tweet earlier where the female Yoda, apparently they were both at the same point where Baby Yoda was, or would have been. So the intent of the tweet was to basically say that Yoda and the female counterpart, whatever her name is, did the deed, and that Baby Yoda is maybe the offspring of both of them.
That is now an interesting point.
Let me check if I find it again. It was a
That
certain
could,
location, but I'm not a Star Wars person, so
well, if the child was 50 years old at the time, that would have put the child at about, by the time of the purge, the child would have been, oh shit, 9 years after BBY, 9 years after the Battle of Yavin, and the purge was 19 years. So whatever 15 minus 19 is, it's too early for me to do math.
so apparently it's that Star Wars girl said so Baby Yoda was at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, where just conveniently there was a male and female of one of the rarer species in Star Wars. Coincidence? I think not. Bomb Chickawawa, Master Yoda.
I could see that Star Wars girl saying that.
Yeah, let me
I
get
could see her saying that. So 19 years plus
So
link.
another
what
nine.
we're celebrating Yoda getting laid?
20. Okay, so Baby Yoda would have been at the time of the purge, if my math is right, and it never is. He would have been about 22 years old at that time.
Oh, he's still in swaddling clothes.
That Star Wars girl. She's a trip. I felt bad for the shit people gave her when she had that family tragedy.
Hmm.
Yoda, 900 years, still got it. I do. Yeah, it's yeah. Sorry, yeah, Mountains of Elysium. I know you meant God, but yeah. Well, no wonder he was on that planet. He didn't want to pay no child support.
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on a second. My son just woke up. But yeah, I got to agree. There is, now that we know that he was at the Jedi Temple during the purge and was snuck out. Well, we know Yoda didn't sneak him out because we saw what happened. We saw how Yoda got out of there. Uh, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. So now they're going to go to Tython, which I thought was a nice name drop reference, because that actually does come from the EU, Tython. Tython is actually considered to be the birthplace of the Jedi Order, or at that time it was called the Jedi Order. It was a different type of order. They actually they were Bindu at the time. They decided they focused the Force in a balancing both light and dark. But unfortunately, a Force War, of course, one of the first schisms happened, and that's when the Jedi disbanded and became the Jedi and took the light side approach. There probably would have been more to it, but Disney bought. There would have been more to the story, but Disney bought Star Wars, and Disney owns Marvel. So the chances of Dark Horse keeping their license for Star Wars was pretty much a no-brainer. They were going to lose it. So, Mr. Londo, you survived Black Friday.
Yeah,
Did you go out, or were you like the rest of us and you just stayed in?
I stayed in. Look, the prices are going to drop next week, and then 3 days later, they're going to drop again. Okay, why bother?
Oh, I agree with you. There's not really anything I want. The only reason I am even going to the store today is after I work out, jump in the shower. I'm going to go get my wife's birthday present because her
Oh,
birthday's
yeah.
Monday. So I'm going to do that. Gonna do that later today. It's going to be about the only time I'm going to go out. But it's Saturday. I'm not too worried about it. Ugh. What about the rest of you guys? Anybody doing? What are your plans for Saturday? I know Bird of Prey's Five's got his cinema Saturday,
Yep.
so I'm gonna imagine Captain Trek. You'll be over there for that one.
Oh yeah.
Uh, and Mr. Londo, if you didn't hear, Cinema Saturday, Bird of Prey 5's showing The Last Starfighter.
I'm going to try to make it. Yeah, it's been years since I've seen that movie.
Yeah, me too. It has been a long time. I mean, when I was a kid, it was kind of like the closest thing to seeing a Tron movie after Tron came out.
Hmm.
And I mean, yeah, the special effects are amazingly dated now, but hey, it was cutting edge for the time.
Yeah, that was some of the first CGI ever done in a movie.
Oh, I got a trivia one for you. Did you guys know why Tron wasn't nominated for a special effects Oscar? None of you guys
No.
heard. So apparently, the way the story goes, the way I read it up, is because they felt CGI computer special effects were not considered special effects. They were considered cheating. They weren't considered real special effects.
Oh please.
They were at the time still considering practical effects only as special effects, not computers. Using computers for special effects, they thought that was cheating. Yeah. Oh, the irony now.
I
Now it's
know.
kind of like, can
Now,
we?
now we
Well,
scream for practical effects.
Yep. We practically beg for them because their CGI. It's sad because some of the great CGI abilities they have, and some of the crap they put together in CGI
Yeah,
is just garbage.
they've just squandered that ability.
Not only that, wasn't CGI supposed to make making movies cheaper? I don't think it's worked.
no. That's because they went from having it as an accent to using it in place of practical effects.
Yeah, I mean, if you can do practical effects, you would think that would be the cheaper route to go in most cases. And it takes a lot less time to make a practical. I mean, I would think the time consuming to make a practical effect would be easier in a lot of areas than it would be to make a CGI. Because CGI takes, this guy's got to work on this piece, this guy's got to work on this piece, this guy's got to work on this, yada, yada, yada. You got a whole team together doing that. I just don't know. I would think it'd be more expensive, especially considering the software you have to pay for and everything. Because they do have to, of course, buy and update the software. And I mean, obviously, they sign that out to third-party people in their contracts. But yeah, Mr. Londell was right about what he said there. CGI was kind of a new thing back then. Now it's like, can you just put some practical effects back in here, please, and thank you. Just a little. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, it's been shown to work. Look at what's going on with the Mandalorian. Good CGI effects, quality level, and then of course the practical effects are great. I mean, they made actually. I was reading up on how Baby Yoda's work. Baby Yoda is controlled by 5 puppeteers that control each different parts of him. And he did say that they do sometimes use a CGI Yoda, Baby Yoda, but John Favreau made it very clear in this. He said that the CGI cannot do anything that the puppet can't do.
Yeah.
So he says it's got to still look like it's the practical effect. So, or like what was it? What was a really good one? Farscape. Now that was one that had great practical effects for its pups. Of
Mhm.
course, they were done by the Jim Henson Company, obviously. I mean, what do you think? What do you guys think? You think that they're going to start lightening up on the CGI heavy stuff? Maybe go a little more practical? Or you
The
think they're
only
just
way,
going to keep going this way?
the only way that'll happen is somebody makes a movie that's a huge hit, and they're using practicals the way they use CGI today. That's the only way that'll happen.
Yep. Unfortunately, Mr. Lundell is correct.
Well, I think what a lot of things needs to happen nowadays when it comes to movies is it needs to be, I mean, for lack of a better term, a movie should have a tight story to it. You know, you shouldn't have 20 different storylines going on in a 2 hour movie. Welcome, Positive Candor. How are you, sir?
All right. Gotta get ready for work in a little bit. Thought I'd just
Okay.
drop by real fast.
No problem. You survived Black Friday, we see.
Yeah, I didn't go anywhere. Didn't
Yeah,
do
that's
no
pretty much yeah, Positive Candor,
didn't do
that's
any
everybody
shopping.
here.
Yeah, don't have no money to shop anyway, so it don't matter.
Well, that and the simple fact, there's really not anything worth getting right now. I don't really have anything I desperately want except for, like I said, I'm gonna buy my Christmas this year is I'm gonna be buying from about as many people as I can's merch store. It's gonna be my Christmas this year. I'll be right back. I'm gonna heat up my coffee. Well, don't be silent, guys. Come on,
Well,
somebody talk. Cap, Cap, you gotta take over, man.
okay, just go away and let me take over. What's going on, everyone? Let's see here. Who is in the chat? I haven't had a chance to look at the chat in a while. Hey, Mountains, what's going on this weekend? Got any streaming coming up? what about you, Mr. Londo? You got any movies coming on today?
Yeah, today is oh, I'm drawing a blank. I can tell you in just a second. It is today's movie is Manhunt in Space.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's Rocky Jones. It's one of the serialized Rocky Jones shows that's been edited into a movie format. It's been a while since I've seen it. I've basically forgotten the plot.
And Mountains of Elysium, I beg to differ with you. Joe Biden is not controlled by 5 puppeteers. It would take more than that.
6.
Far more than that.
Did Bird of Prey have to go?
It looks like he did.
Okay, well, Kapla, Bird of Prey 5, buddy. Nothing is said yet. Thinking about doing a top 5 sci-fi episodes from any franchise. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Thinking of top 10 sci-fi episodes from any. I don't know. There are some sci-fi shows that even I wouldn't be able to put a top 10 together because they're not that memorable.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be kind of hard to put a top 10 of Firefly together considering it was only one season.
It wasn't a full season at that.
No, it wasn't. Ooh. I could probably put together a top 10 Stargate, Stargate Atlantis, X Files, Star Trek's obviously. Although Voyager would be hard for me to put a top 10 together. I have to be honest. Unless it was the top 10 episodes I didn't like of Voyager, then I could probably put that together. Now, top 10 for DS9, hands down, I know I could put that together.
No, I think you could. I think you could easily put a list together of top 10 episodes of Voyager. But
almost.
now, wait. Here's the thing: could you do that per season?
No.
Because there were 26 episodes per season for most of the seasons.
I would, chances are, most of my, if I did a top 10 for Voyager, it'd almost guarantee it'd be from the fourth season on. Maybe something from the third season, but that would be about it. Babylon 5. Oh, yeah, I could put a few of those together. I could tell you my two favorite quotes from that series. And one was by Delenn and one was by Susan Ivanova. The best line from Delenn was when Earth Force is trying to take over Babylon 5, and then we have three cruisers show up, and then all of a sudden a White Star and a couple of Minbari ships, and Delenn comes out and she goes, "Babylon 5 is under our protection. Do not withdraw now. Negative. We have jurisdiction. Don't force us to engage." And then Delenn just delivers that killer line. Why not? Only one captain has survived battle with a Minbari warcruiser. He is behind me. You are in front of me. If you value your lives, be somewhere else. And what do? They turn around and haul ass. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Londell?
I'm been thinking everybody is so gung ho about Babylon 5. I'm gonna have to reintroduce that to myself. To me, it was always just kind of meh.
Oh,
You know,
really?
for some reason or another. I mean, I liked it when Garibaldi and the psychic, every time they were on the elevator, she turned
Bester.
around and slapped him before she walked off.
The psychic.
Yeah,
Are
The
we talking
blonde
Talia
woman.
Winters?
yeah.
The blonde haired? Okay, Talia.
She'd always slap him before she walked off the elevator, which,
I'd
I
forgotten
knew
about
what he
that.
was thinking. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I didn't like what he did to her character at the end.
Yeah, that was I will say this. Straczynski was smart about one thing he did with it. He'd said he had wrote an exit for every character. So turned out to be a good thing when we lost Sinclair and it went over to Sheridan. That almost killed me. I almost stopped watching the show because I was like, how can you get rid of the main character?
Yeah.
I mean, that was so unusual for me at that time. I'd never seen that before.
If you want to see, what's her name? Ivanova as a prostitute, you can watch the science fiction The Hidden movie
Okay.
from 1987 with Kyle MacLachlan, who plays pretty much the same character as he did in Twin Peaks.
honestly, I never got into Twin Peaks. That is a sci-fi show I never got into.
Twin Peaks was not science fiction.
No.
It was something, but it wasn't drama. It wasn't war. It wasn't comedy. It wasn't sci-fi. I don't. It's hard to describe, but it was something. Once you had, if you started from the beginning watching it, you were hooked. You couldn't jump in the middle and figure out what was going on. You had to start with episode one.
I tried to watch the first episode, I just wasn't getting it.
Okay, so you weren't into David Lynch films at the time.
I'm not even familiar with who David Lynch is, to be honest.
Um, director,
Eraserhead,
yeah, not did he do
Lost,
Eraserhead?
yeah,
Oh, okay, and
Lost Highway, the one with the guy on the tractor, the long something. I don't think you would like
Blue
David Lynch,
Velvet.
MB. Yeah,
Yeah, Blue Velvet was probably one of his totally craziest movies.
Yeah, it's not a name that is really popping in my head.
it's
What?
not your type of
Yeah,
director, I think.
he was
Okay,
like 80s and 90s. He was like he was the Quentin Tarantino of the
Mm.
80s, 90s, basically.
really interesting.
Whereas Tarantino does homage. He was more Lynch was more into the grotesque.
Okay. Uh,
Just Google him.
oh, he's the one who did. Oh, he's the one. Oh, he did Dune.
Yeah, he's the one that fucked up Dune.
Didn't he do Lawnmower Man too?
No,
No.
Dune.
Who
Yeah, that
did
was
that?
not a good movie, even with Patrick Stewart in it. Yeah, I'm not familiar with most of these movies that he's done. So yeah, you're probably right. It's probably not my cup of tea.
And Mountains, yeah, I would consider X Files a extension of sci-fi.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's mountains. Yeah, that is sci-fi. I mean, how would you question? How would you question it not being?
I think probably because of the Monster of the Week theme.
Yeah,
I
but
loved it when what was it? One of the Wilson brothers was playing a vampire, and he's trying to convince he's like, we pay taxes, we try to do things, but every now and again, one of ours screws up, and we have to take care of them. And I thought that was interesting, and that was an interesting episode. Yeah, I would say X Files is definitely sci-fi.
yeah,
Sci-fi with a mixture of maybe a sci-fi fantasy, sci-fi horror genre.
Yeah,
Because like you could call Alien and Aliens literally sci-fi horror.
correct.
Oh, so I would say yeah, X Files definitely. I was actually happy that they did bring X Files back for those 2 seasons. I know they were short, but I liked the season final we got in the last episode of the last season versus that episode they gave us in season 9 in the final, where it was literally it seemed like most of it was just flashbacks.
yeah. And all they did was kill off the cigarette smoking dude.
Yeah,
Huh.
so I did kind of like how they ended it. I was fine. I was fine with the two seasons. I was like, cool. Especially after they actually do meet William again as a grown kid. I was like, good, because that was always the episode that pissed me off was the one where she gave up William. I never did like that episode,
Hmm.
and it was definitely those 2 seasons were definitely better than that last movie they gave us. What's up, V Star? Did you want to say something? I know you unmuted real quick, or maybe you just muted.
I think you would find The Invaders an interesting series.
Yeah, he would.
The Invaders.
It's, I
Yep,
think, 60s.
yep.
Yeah.
60s. Roy Dennis plays an architect. One late night, he was driving and he sees a spaceship. He sees a flying saucer land
Mm.
out in the middle of nowhere,
Was this
and
a movie or a TV series?
it's the TV series.
Okay.
And the, the aliens are here. They're trying to take over, and he's
Okay.
going around trying to convince people that we are under attack.
Oh.
I mean, lots of lots of like communist type themes in there. Red menace type stuff,
Oh, really?
and how how we will be destroyed from within, not from without type stuff. Yeah, you'd love it.
Oh, that sounds. Yeah, that definitely.
Uh, I think MeTV still runs it late night Saturdays after the Svengoolie movie. They do like late night sci-fi movies. I mean shows
Mm-hmm.
after Svengoolie on if you've got
I'm going to.
the
I'm going to have to take a look at this after I finish up. After I finish up my 3 seasons of Narcos. I'm on season 2 right now, and the only reason why it's going to take me longer to watch that show than most other shows is because, well, a lot of it's in Spanish, and I do have to actually pay attention because my Spanish is shit. So I have to pay attention to the subs, what's going on. But the storyline is so good, and I have subtitles on all the time now. I have for about a year and a half now. I'm so used to it. I actually find it weird when I don't have subtitles on it anymore.
You finally joined the club.
What's that?
You find as America never. Wait, let me rephrase. You finally joined the club because as Americans you were always opposed to subtitles in the past, while the rest of the world, pretty much except for France and Germany, use subtitles. So finally you accepted it, apparently.
Well, what happened was my wife, she was putting, our son has our oldest son has special needs. His reading level for a fifth grader, sixth grader, was very subpar. So when
Mhm.
we started homeschooling him, even before we started homeschooling him, my wife had this idea. She started turning on the subtitles on YouTube, on Hulu, Netflix, Disney. She popped those subtitles up for him so he could watch and get the audio and the visual of the words. And this did help. This actually
Yeah.
did help quite a bit. And my wife started doing it, and she said she started doing it because she was realizing she was missing narration because you couldn't hear what the hell they said. So she rewinded, put the subtitles on. And then she just started putting the subtitles on all the time. And I got so used to watching things with subtitles now that it's just a common thing now. And I've noticed more times than not that I'll be like, shit, I totally wouldn't have heard that conversation if it hadn't been in
hmm,
subtitles.
Mhm.
Mountains of Elysium, Narcos and Narcos Mexico are great. Yeah, I think you were the one who told me that Narcos I was in for a treat. I think that was you who said it. I must agree. I quite enjoyed that first season. Uh, I'm enjoying the second season now. So I'm gonna finish those 3 seasons, and then I think I'm gonna give this an. Actually, is the Invaders an hour long or half-hour long episodes?
hour long episodes.
Okay, I'll see. I'll see about finding it. I can
Do a
find anything.
YouTube search. There are lots of stuff. There's lots of stuff on it on YouTube.
Definitely, I'm sure there's. I looked up the premise of it though. Looks interesting.
If
And
you
when did
if you can't find it, let me know. I can find it via different means.
Oh, so you can sail the high seas and find it.
There are always different ways of finding things.
Oh, I could do the
It's
same
just
if I want to.
it's
know
a
where
good
to
show.
look.
I
It's
just
a
make
shame
sure I
it's
put
not
up
on
the.
regular.
I just make sure I take. Yeah, Narcos Mexico. I will catch that probably after a while. But yeah, I've been enjoying that show. If you don't know Narcos, it basically takes place in Colombia during the uh, oh god, what was that guy's Pablo Escobar's drug
Hmm.
reign. That's some crazy shit that I don't know how much of this is factual and how much of it's dramatized, but damn, it's very different because I'm like sitting there watching and we're talking with the president of Colombia and his cabinet and everything. I'm like, wow, that's so different from how things would work in America.
Hmm.
I still remember vaguely that the death of Pablo Escobar was a big thing on TV back then. And the
Hmm.
whole chase over the rooftops. I know that during the 80s, somewhere that was on TV, and re watching it in that series brought back the memories. So there's certain things that weren't correct, but most of it was, yeah, as it was shown.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna change up and probably make and have to add some drama,
Yeah.
but that's good. I mean, yeah, I'll be honest now. When I was talking about tight storylines, maybe that's what they need to do in movies and stop having like six, seven subplots.
Hmm.
I think that's one of the reasons why I've enjoyed a few of these lower budget movies I've watched. Like I watched this movie Hush. My wife and I watched it and absolutely loved it. And the movie was about $1 million. It was made for about $1 million. It's on Netflix, and the whole movie is basically this deaf woman trying to survive in her house while this guy is trying to kill her. And what makes it really interesting is during times in the movie there's no sound at all, so you're literally getting her perspective, and it was very eerie.
Hmm. Yeah, there's an old movie like that, but the woman is blind.
Is that the one with Sandra Bullock?
Uh, no, this is an older movie. I think
Birdcage.
No,
Hepburn, not I think Catherine Hepburn, not Catherine, the other
Audrey
Hepburn.
Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn, yeah, plays a blind woman, and it, it was a doll that these guys wanted, and and she was blind, and at one point the lights go out, and it is the most tense part at the end of that movie, and she survives some kind of way.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
That's not a movie I'm familiar with.
That's one of the last ones.
Madam Geek says it was one of her last ones, I guess.
Hmm.
That sounds interesting. That does sound interesting. I still need to watch one movie I still got on my list is I still haven't seen Sorry Wrong Number.
You haven't?
No, that's a classic I have not gotten to yet.
Oh man.
There are some classics I just haven't gotten to yet. I only recently saw the original Godzilla.
Gojira, not
Yeah,
Godzilla.
No,
Gojira.
I saw the American Godzilla. I did not see Gojira yet. That's why I'm specifically saying I saw the American version of it.
Okay, forget
Which,
about Godzilla. Put emphasis on Gojira. It's a much better movie.
yeah, you can tell in the Godzilla movie where things were split.
Yeah.
I mean, you got him there and he's talking to the woman and she's talking in English and everything, but it's just the back of her.
Hmm.
So you're like, these are standards and the way they had to cut the camera angles and stuff to make it look like they were together. I mean, I give 'em props for the editing for the time.
Hi. Well, you're up too.
Wow, it's 9 o'clock and both my kids are up.
He's in the shower.
Oh, he's in the shower?
Yep.
Damn, my son's up early and he's taking a shower first thing in the morning. I must have woke up in the Twilight Zone or something. Maybe I'm in the Outer Limits. Or it could be Black Mirror.
Maybe he has a girlfriend.
If he does, I do not know yet. He doesn't leave the house much. He's more of a in-body gamer type. He wants to. His current goal right now is he wants to be a game tester when he grows up.
That yeah, that pays crappy, apparently.
What for beta testing?
Yeah,
I would know. I've never looked up how much that would be.
It really depends on where it is and what companies you get on with. There are a lot of variables, but no, it's not like, 6-figure.
Nah, probably not. I would definitely say most likely not. It's probably not as much money as people may think it is.
No.
And it's probably not like Grandma's Boys. Even though I absolutely love that movie. Oh, who do we look? Oh, V-Star. V-Star, did you have some phone issues? So, Yitzi, I was going to ask you this. Do you do your drawings mostly avatars or do you do other things?
I try to do other stuff. Like I'm making a T-shirt right now, based on the album cover of the Beatles' Yellow Submarine,
Ooh.
but it's called The Vulcans.
Hmm.
And you have the three main Vulcans, like Spock, T'Pol, and the one from Voyager,
Tuvok.
Tuvok, yeah. And the fourth one, which is in the cover, Ringo Starr, or let me check. Well, the fourth one is Data, which is, I think, an inside joke because one of the four Beatles wasn't like the rest of the four Beatles. So, voila.
Mm.
Are we talking the Beatles from the famous era? Or are we talking John,
Yellows.
Paul, Stuart Sutcliffe, and Pete Best?
Just the Yellow Submarine
You
ones.
gotcha.
Yeah.
The crazy part is I'm not even a huge Beatles fan, and I for some reason still remember that.
Wait, let me show you. It's still a work in progress, so don't look at all the errors.
Yeah, that's what my wife says to me every day when she wakes up and looks at me. You're a work in progress. All right.
Is that flashing my fault?
Yeah, I think that flashing's coming from yours.
How can I solve
yeah.
it?
Let me see. Let me try again.
Okay. Why does it happen?
I don't know. That's the first time I've seen that happen.
That's the cover, pretty much.
Nice.
So instead of it says the Beatles here, where it says the Vulcans, and then it says Yellow Submarine, Eleanor Rigby.
Actually, I would replace Data with
Sarek.
no. Well, Sarek is a good choice, yeah. But I was also thinking that one Romulan commander.
Okay.
Which one?
Either the woman who made out with Spock or the one in
Oh, Savick.
Savick. That would be a
Savick
good
would be
one.
another one. No, I was thinking the Romulan woman, but yeah, Savick would too.
Well, Savick is half Romulan.
Yeah,
She's half Vulcan, half Romulan.
correct.
So,
Isn't there a Romulan or Vulcan character in the Next Generation era? Because I have TOS, Enterprise, and Voyager, That's
You
why I
could go.
chose
Yeah,
Data.
There's
he,
Sarek. He showed up. You could do the
yeah,
older Sarek.
yeah. Sark showed up in that. There was oh, I'm trying to think.
There was a Vulcan medical doctor on the Enterprise, but she was only in like maybe one or two episodes.
Yeah, she
Mm.
wasn't there much.
No, she wasn't. Oh boy. Sarek is really the one Vulcan that comes to mind that showed up in the
Yeah,
Next Generation.
yeah.
Uh, that's the one that really comes to mind. Or you could do the TNG. You got the classic Spock there. You could always do Sarek or do the TNG version of Spock.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, Sarek would be good. Sarek would actually be a good one too because he spans. He's like Spock. He spanned a couple of different genres. He was in the TV
Yeah.
series. He was in the some of the movies, and then of course he was on TNG for a little bit, for a few episodes.
So the joke of Data being not a Vulcan on a Vulcan
Uh huh.
cover eludes you, or it's just not
Oh,
a good
no,
joke.
no. I
No,
like
he's
that.
more.
I do.
No, yeah, Data would be more Vulcan than most Vulcans.
Hmm?
Exactly.
And Spock even pointed that out to him.
Yeah.
Spock even pointed that out to him when they talked to each other, which I thought was a quite interesting conversation.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, when they're talking, Spock
Yeah.
goes,
Which one's a
"You
more
have,
Vulcan? That would be
yeah."
Data.
Data would make more sense. Data could definitely relate to Vulcans better than probably most humans.
Mm. I also need to find out a way that CBS doesn't strike me again,
For
because they strike everything I make for Star Trek. So I can't use Star Trek in the tags or the title. And I think Vulcans is too similar to. They'll catch
I
that
don't think
stuff.
they can copyright the word Vulcan. I mean, that's been around
Yeah,
for
They
thousands of years.
they
that's an
struck
island
me.
in the Mediterranean. Okay.
They struck me for the word Trekker and Trekkie.
I didn't
Just
even
the
know they could
words.
copyright those words.
They can't, but they do it anyway. And
Mm.
you can oppose it, but there's so much paperwork that needs to be done, especially for me when I'm overseas. And they basically tell you if this goes to court, it's all for you, and I don't want to deal with that stuff. Um, I successfully avoided a second strike on a parody of the Twilight Zone, so I combined the Twilight Zone and Outer Limits into an image. They struck that because it had Twilight Zone in the tags, so I re-uploaded it, which is also not. It's forbidden, but fuck it. And I removed the Twilight Zone tag, and it's still up after 6 months. So, not using certain tags is the way to go, I guess.
Hmm. Probably want to explain that to Anti-Trekker.
Uh,
Uh,
Because he's about due for a big, a massive CBS takedown. That is, if he ever gets back into doing content.
Oh, sorry about that. I had to leave without saying anything. I had to take care of something real quick.
oh, did notice you were gone.
Oh, good. That means my importance is highly over is high. My self importance is highly overrated in my head.
Correct.
Awesome.
We were
Oh,
finally able to have a conversation and not be interrupted. Oh,
I'm not even the worst at that.
oh, I knew you're not. Well, like I said, I will not say anything about someone that I will not say to them.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much me too. So, has anybody heard from anybody try to get a hold of Jedi Bill, DM him or anything? I know if anybody did. I had actually explained to him because I guess he didn't check his Twitter DMs last week.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw what he responded back to me. He's like, dude, I'm so confused. What the fuck is going on? I'm like, what is he talking about? I started looking at what I had wrote, and then I remembered what I was writing about. I was making comments to him on the DM as I was watching his chip challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So I was making jokes about him on it, and I had to explain that to him because I guess he didn't catch it or didn't realize what I was talking about.
Hmm.
So I was like, no, dude, I was talking about the chip challenge.
Uh, okay. Bill is a great guy. He has a big heart, but unless he knows exactly what you're talking about, it'll go over his head. And
Yeah,
if
well,
it's
like I
out of
said,
context, yeah. And he's not the only one I know like that. So
I got a copper straight ear 8 years ago for after I uploaded a video. Plus, I got 2 video restricted 7 years after the upload. Ah,
oh, for the love of God.
God, that's just messed up. It's like, give me a break.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There should be a time limit.
You mean a statute of limitations on that?
Yeah.
So, Yitzi, you say that what happens with you is you get hit. Do you get hit for likeness rights issues, or do you just get hit with because you use like Star Trek or Trekkie or something like that?
I think it's the tax, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, so I've been hit for the Pink Floyd Prism. I made something similar because I was like, you can't copyright the Prism, but apparently you can't because every time I uploaded it, it would take away the
Uh,
image.
well, you know what you should try? Just set up an actual prism and let the white light bounce through it and take a picture of it.
I yeah, I made it a square now,
Oh,
but I think it's just tags
Yeah.
because the Twilight Zone wasn't anything. It looked like it looked more like the scary door from The Simpsons, and the tracker and trackee was just absurd. I uploaded it 4 times. I started with the tracker, and then I did I'm not a tracker. So they kept removing it.
I
huh.
don't see that doesn't make any sense because those words are used all
Yeah.
the time in fandom. So I don't see how you get copyright striked for that unless they've registered trademarked them.
No. The weird thing is you can find a lot of Star Trek t-shirts and merchandise on Redbubble, and those don't get struck. I don't know how they do it. But yeah. When I upload it, I get removed.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that tells me Trekkie or Trekkers is trademarked. I find it very hard
It's
for them to be able to do that.
it's
That's
not.
that because that would be considered by the fact that it was made the way it is. It's more like a public domain thing, you would think.
Mhm.
I mean, it's like when was it O.J. Simpson? I think he tried to trademark the term OJ, and that got struck down because OJ was just too in the lexicon of common talk.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
That may be CBS just challenging because they can challenge.
Yeah, like I have a lot of prisoner designs on there as well. And the first one they kept in, they quarantined it. So the company that owns the prisoner can check if it's good or not. And they approved my design. I think they get a cut, but I don't know what or how much. And now every time I upload something from the prisoner, it gets automatically accepted.
hmm,
But it depends on which franchise you get. There's a small. It's a German cartoon that appears during kid shows, and I think even advertising called Der Maus und der Olifant, which is a big orange mouse and a little blue elephant that have adventures. And I uploaded a picture with those two, and it was immediately struck by that company, which is sad because it's it's what you call it, something from the past where you think what you think about the past. Melancholia. What's the word? I don't know.
I'm at a loss right now.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mountains of Elysium. I have 4.5k subs,
Come on,
900 watch
librarian, you
hours
should
per
know a
month,
word.
10,000 views. But not suitable for monetization. Okay. Yeah, that's one thing, by the way. Hey, Professor Brainy Specs, Jeff Franklin is in the house. How you doing, buddy?
Just woke up.
Did
I
you survive Black
feel like
Friday, it seems?
I didn't go anywhere.
That's pretty much the consensus we've had with everybody who's been in the panel. Nobody went out.
Yeah.
I think that makes us the smart ones.
Thought about going to the grocery store, but I didn't.
Well, I have
And
to go out to the store today because I have to buy my wife's birthday present.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
So
And thank you for letting me up, Cap.
Like me.
Oh, you're in the command seat there.
Yep.
Because he NB doesn't like it.
And I'm
There we
still
go.
trying to wake up. I'm in a fog.
Nostalgia was the word I was looking for.
Nostalgia,
Okay.
gotcha.
Nostalgia. There you go. And good day, Itza.
Hello.
I think it's the first time I've talked with you through StreamYards.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, like
I'm
I
not
said,
in,
I had
in an insecure mood today, so.
Hey, Mr. Lundell, is that the avatar from that Van Helsing movie? Trying to think. Hey, Real Review 3000, how you doing? We are just chilling, having a little bit of fun. We're gonna probably do this about another 15, 20 minutes, and then I've got to get off, do my workout, run out, do some things before 3 o'clock when I do my Quentin Tarantino stream. So, but yeah, we'll definitely go at least another 15, 20 minutes, everyone. Too bad some of you guys I wish you guys had been here a little bit earlier. Yitzy was showing off some of his 3D stuff. You still got any of them close by, Yitz?
Yeah.
He's talking about, he's showing us off some of the stuff he made with his 3D printer. Let me,
I got me McDonald's.
I saw that.
It's not super quality, but.
Well, you got the ass right, at least.
Yeah. Well. There's by the way, on Thingiverse, a file for the one you were looking for.
Ah, nice.
The name is eluding me at the moment again. So maybe Anti-Tracker can make a decent version of it.
I'm amazed at how well the tail came out for you.
Yeah, me too. And this one. I like this model. Whoever made it did a good job.
He looks like reminiscent of the comic book.
Yeah. These are all free because you have models that you have to pay for, which are of course better quality usually, but that's it.
Yep. And hello, Latino Slant. How are you doing, buddy? Hope you survived Black Friday without any damage, like the rest of us. Pretty much all of us here, none of us went anywhere. Which I think was probably the smartest thing we could have done.
Yeah.
I made that, like I
Really.
said, I made, Jeff, I told you this one. I made the horrible mistake of going out and getting a haircut on the day before Thanksgiving. I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
Huh.
No, you didn't tell me that.
Oh, jeez. I don't know what I was thinking doing that. That was the stupidest day I could have gone out to get a haircut. Everybody was closing early. Everybody was trying to get their kids in, get the family haircuts done. I was like, shit, I should have done this Monday.
Yeah, that's your own fault.
Oh, yeah, it was my own damn fault. That's definitely true.
I haven't seen any news, but so what are the numbers like for Black Friday, the preliminary?
Oh, the Black Friday sales? That's a good
Yeah.
question.
I haven't
Um,
seen anything. Although Anti Tricker was talking about he and Mrs. Anti Tricker went to the Walmart yesterday, and it was like no one was there, and there were no real good deals. He was looking to see, what he could find in electronics, and he said there wasn't really any good sales going on.
I have a feeling most people probably went ahead and they're either shopping online Black Friday or they're waiting to Cyber Monday.
Hmm.
Because there's really no big, I mean, this year alone, there's really not too many big ticket item. Actually, there's no like super big ticket item other than maybe the PS5. And you weren't going to find one of those yesterday, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Unless you wanted to spend $2,000 on eBay.
Plus, you gotta factor in a lot of people are still kind of stumbling because of that first lockdown.
Yeah.
So, and then they're talking about another one. Okay, people are like, okay, I'm gonna hold on to a few bucks.
Yep.
So,
But yeah, I didn't see
Yeah.
anything that was being advertised as, like a must have for the holiday season.
hmm, well, for me, it's a must want. It would be a new turntable, but I can wait till like next July. So, because there's nothing wrong with the one I have now, I just want to upgrade slightly so I can like seriously wait till like next July before I even think about buying one.
That's understandable. I'm at a point in my life now where I'm not in a hurry to get something. I can wait.
Yeah,
I don't have to have something right this second. I can wait a little while and get it later. I don't have that. Maybe it's because most of us are a little bit of the older generation here. We kind of still know patience.
yeah.
We're not into that instant gratification. I gotta have it now kind of thing.
We were taught that if you want something, go work for it.
Yeah. Yep.
And so, yeah, we can wait.
I was taught for impulse buys, go with a 24-hour rule. If you see it and you really like it, wait 24 hours. If you still want it 24 hours later, then okay, maybe go get it. And I'll tell you what, that's worked more times than I can count because I've had more than a fair share of times I wanted to buy something and then
Yeah,
I didn't buy it 24 hours later. I'm like, yeah, I don't really need that right now.
Yeah, that's a pretty good rule to go by.
It can be. It definitely helps. Now there have been times I've gotten something 24 hours later because I decided I did want it and I could afford it. But as far as going out and just buying something to buy it, I gotta have a. So like for example, when people want, they go out like Black Friday or like right before the Super Bowl, they buy these big 55, 60, 70-inch TVs that are on sale. I kind of go this. I think I have a 35-inch TV. I don't know how tall it is. I don't really care. And I'm just like, it still works. I can't see myself justifying why I should buy a 55-inch TV just to have a 55-inch TV when the one I got now works just fine.
yeah, same here.
What about you? Anybody else like that, or is that just kind of me and Mr. Lundell's kind of thing?
No, like I said, mine is from 2003.
Yeah.
It's still one of those heavy TVs that can implode and stuff like that. So
Oh, you still got a CRT.
yeah,
Yeah, you don't see too many of those anymore.
They
The
still
only time I
work.
ever see, the only time I
It
ever see
works.
them is when I'm actually at the junkyard, doing a dump run, and there's an electronics section. You'll be amazed how many of those old CRT 50-inch TVs you'll see pop up out there.
Huh.
It's like I don't know where these things have been hidden, but I'll see a lot of them. And I'm just kind of like, where was that? I saw one time it was like one of those 50-inch big ones from back in the 80s. You know, that one you had to sit 10 feet away from because if you sat too close to it, it was too fuzzy.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw one of those about a year ago out there. I saw like two of them at least. I was like, damn, where were these things? In a warehouse somewhere? Is this in somebody's is this in somebody's storage bin? They forgot about it?
Excuse me.
Nah, no problem, Joe.
You know what? You know what would be interesting though
What's that, Cap?
is to get one of those cabinets, remove the screen, put in a TV modern day thing, and use the back for storage, like valuables, because people aren't going to steal this big ugly TV that is old or they think is old.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea, Cap.
Yeah. That's a really clever idea. I like it.
That
And
is
Cap,
clever as hell.
did you
Yeah.
get a new microphone or something? You sound really good this morning.
No, I changed my settings and I had to move my the port I was using on my computer.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds much better.
What software are you using for your audio?
For when I'm using when I'm like the video I made, I used the hell was it called? I haven't had a second cup of coffee yet. So,
Yeah, I
uh,
sucked down my first
VSDC.
cup.
VSDC was the editor.
VSDC?
Yeah, I went ahead and upgraded so I could have the audio, and it was on sale, so I got it for like $12. So I was like, "Fuck it."
Mr. Londell, you look funny doing that. Tilting your head back.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you're doing.
It's time to get the bifocal enhanced.
Oh,
bit.
you know, I'm at work. I'm always taking my glasses off when I have to look at a computer screen or something up close.
Excuse me.
I know my vision's changing. I wear the glasses for distance viewing, and anymore I have to take my glasses off if I have to look at something close.
Yeah.
I'm the exact opposite. I have to have my glasses on, otherwise which people have seen me do when I have my glasses off like this, I'm sitting here looking down, squinting my freaking eyes like an idiot at the screen because I can't read the screen 6-7 inches in front of me.
And then with his glasses on, he just looked like an idiot with glasses on, not squinting.
I want to get that laser surgery, correct my vision, and then just wear the brainy specs when I need to.
There you go. I didn't qualify for it. They said my prescription wasn't. Well, let me rephrase that. I didn't qualify to get it done by the military because they said my prescription wasn't warranted for it. And when I went out to try and look for it privately, it was too damn expensive. And I was like, it's not worth it. Although I did go in and get my eyes tested, so they did that dilation where they put that stuff in your eyes and it opens up your iris and, oh my God. I never want to experience that again.
Well, let me put it to you this way: there was one time after I had that done, I after about 8 hours, I had to turn my when I was able to get on the computer, I had to turn it down the brightness to 30%, and I'm going, this is still a little too bright.
Ooh. Oh man. You're gonna be big spinning for that Peloton. I know those things are expensive. I've seen those Pelotons. I don't know much about them. I think they're like an exercise bike or something.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's got like a internet connection, and so
Okay.
somebody's actually hassling you while you're on the damn bike.
Oh yeah, I really want that. If I wanted someone harassing me while I work out, I'd hire a personal trainer, which I actually did
Oh
one
my
time.
goodness.
So, well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this Black Friday survival stream. It's 9:41 here. Madam Geek has already given me the stink eye about getting the workout done, so I got to go get that done. I got my stream at 3 p.m. Eastern time, Standard Time, and I still got to go out. So, plus they got a payment plan. Oh, nice. They do. Cool. I would imagine for an item like that, they probably do have some kind of payment plan. That's cool. So, let's go ahead, go around the room. Anything you got going on that you guys wanna promote, Captain Trek?
No, I'm just going to be on the bird stream later today, and that's really all I can think of right now.
Yep. For those of you who don't know, Bird of Prey 5 is going to be doing his Cinema Saturdays, and he's doing The Last Starfighter. For those of you who might not have known about that earlier. A great classic sci-fi movie. What about you, Yitzy?
Pretty much the same as Captain Trek.
Oh, yeah. So I have a question for you while we're
Yeah.
wrapping up. If you get a chance, would you just figure out something to make for me? Just I'm giving you open reign. Just make whatever the hell you want. Whenever you
Wow.
get a chance.
Be careful with that, Cap.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to put any restrictions on it. Well, other than it has to be safe for YouTube. But yeah, that's it.
I'll come back to you on Twitter or whatever, because
Okay, sounds good. Just give it some thought.
carte blanche is a lot of things. But I'll get in touch with you.
Good deal.
Awesome. Jeff Franklin, I'm pretty sure I heard you picked out The Last Starfighter today, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Bird honored me because this will be my last regular Cinema Saturday on his channel that I can attend, because I got a new position at work, and that new position, well, it's a promotion. I will have to work Saturday from here on out. So he gave me the honor of picking the movie, and I picked The Last Starfighter. I think he had a brief second there where he thought I might pick another movie. So he quickly added a qualification that had to be a movie that we hadn't seen yet.
Okay.
And if you know the joke, I'm always picking on him about Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. He hates that movie, and we kind of forced his hand one week and had him play that. And I don't think that's a bad movie myself. It's not great, but it's a decent film.
It ain't no Last Crusade, that's for damn sure.
That's for sure. But I think it's better than the second film, Temple of Doom. But that's another story. Anyway, that's coming up this afternoon. I don't think he's scheduled it yet, but it'll probably be 3 p.m. Eastern, maybe 2 p.m. Depends on his schedule. No Question of Truck today. We didn't have enough players, so we're going to skip this week. And this Tuesday, if Rambling has enough time and he's feeling well enough and get all the editing done, we'll have another radio show dropping
Awesome. Still on
on.
Stalin, right?
No, this will be on Catherine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that'll be on History with R&R this Tuesday morning.
Cool. Do they normally have an upload time?
It's usually about 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Central Eastern.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Mr. Lundell's Groovin' Movies, what do you got coming up, buddy? Anything?
Yeah, I've got a premiere today, 11 o'clock Central Time. Rocky Jones, Manhunt in Space.
That sounds
Eh,
interesting.
yeah. Well, that was like hokey kid stuff from like the 50s, but they were
Okay.
fun. It was fun, innocent type sci-fi stuff. You'll probably like it.
I'm gonna definitely look into that. I'm gonna definitely look into that Invaders because that did look. The little bit I was able to read on it while we were talking here
Yeah.
did sound interesting. And
Oh
I'm
yeah,
a
it is.
and I'm a sucker for good TV from any genre, especially that era. I grew up on a lot of stuff from that era. Uh, Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, things like that. The
Hmm.
Man from Uncle. So, well, as I said, folks, for me, I've got 3 p.m. today. I'll be doing my Quentin Tarantino with Jack Beers and anybody else who wants to hang out. Tomorrow, 3 p.m., Jack Beers and I are going to do Talk The Mandalorian, the last 2 episodes. And then next year, my goal is to launch a third day of streaming. Captain Trek and I have been talking a little bit. What I'm talking about doing is putting together a collaboration of compare and contrast of certain things. This could be anything from, we were talking about, for example, I want to do the first episode on 1993's first episode of Animaniacs, compare that to the 2020 first episode of Animaniacs, and things like that. That's what I'm looking to start up something new. So, with that being said, to thank you all for coming in on the panel. Thank you to everyone who showed up in the chat and the panel. Bird of Prey 5, Art with Arm, Stephanie Brady 1701, Mounds of Elysium, Nancy V Star 333. Who else did we have show up today? Not Ryan Johnson, because nobody likes Ryan Johnson. That's why it has to be not Ryan Johnson. Real Review 3000, thank you for coming in. Latino Slant, always great to see you, buddy. I know you got some good stuff coming up on your channel as always. Uh, he's definitely got a voice for this, guys. I will hands down say that. And he's a great guy to have in a panel, stream, talk with, everything. So check out Latino Slant's channel too. Check out all these folks' great channels if you're not already subscribed to them, although pretty sure most of us are subscribed to everybody else. Because we got an awesome community here.
Yeah, we do.
Hopefully we'll find out. We'll get some good news about Jedi Bill. Maybe he'll get a chance to even throw a morning blend on. We'll see.
Oh, what happened with Jedi?
I don't know. Somebody said he cut his soup off after a few hours, and I think somebody said that he
I
had to go to the hospital.
I
Oh,
heard.
no.
Don't take my word for it. So take it with a grain of salt. But in the areas where I clicked, there was mentions of going to the hospital. So I don't want to be the spreader of wrong information, but that was in his last stream. You can see for yourself.
And yeah, I'm sure I'm not the only one who's hit him up on Twitter, asked if everything's all right. Elihu's saying something. I hear rain. Bill had to go. He has a hole in side leg.
In his leg.
Hole in his leg. Yeah.
Oh,
What?
He still has that hole in his leg.
Oh,
That needs to
yeah.
be taken care of.
oh shit! Okay, got it.
He's still dealing with that bacterial infection.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Okay, okay, good. Hopefully he got that looked at. Hopefully he's getting that looked at and getting some antibiotics for it. Okay, well, we'll all wish him our best as always. Elihu, thanks for giving us a heads up on that. Good to know. Of course, we're all gonna put Jedi Bill in our prayers that everything will be good and he'll be healthy and back here having fun with all of us real soon. That being said, oh, if you haven't had a chance to check out Elihu's channel too, he's got some great science videos he does. Really good science videos. I quite enjoy them. They are quite educational, and I'm all about learning new stuff. So, with that being said, we are going to go ahead and call it a day. I want to thank everyone for showing up. I had a blast. I hope you all did too. And to everyone in the chat out there, peace and long life.
Live
Bye-bye.
long and prosper.
Nanu, nanu.